So good afternoon, and welcome back to the Bucks County Curling Club live stream. We are currently targeting for approximately a 1:15 pipe out. We're finishing the ice right now. Just want to give, because several of the teams coming out for the finals were just on the ice, so we're trying to give them a second to get themselves reset. So hang with us there, guys, and we will be piping out shortly. Once again, we're going to be piping out in just about 10 minutes, about 10 after, closer to 1:15. So good afternoon and welcome to Bucks County Curling Club in Warminster, Pennsylvania, where we are going to the finals of the Elizabeth Childs Challenge for 2019. It's been a long weekend with a record 40 teams competing in this event. And now we are on draw 21. It is indeed the finals. And it will feature in the A finals Caitlin Statkus and her rink from Plainfield, and Robin Gustafson and her rink from Broomstones. Right now the teams are getting lined up behind the piper.
This is what it's all about, Dave, isn't it? The getting piped in. You had a fun weekend when you get to the finals, and it really hits you right here when you hear that piper come out and you walk on that ice.
Oh, absolutely. When you hear those bagpipes and you smell that drambuie, you know that you are playing indeed on Sunday.
I got a shot this weekend. They have them. You guys have them.
In our C final, in our B final, we have the Wagner rink from Albany against the Moore rink from Plainfield. Our C event is Julie Jedlowski from Bucks County against Ellen Lynch from Triangle. And our D event is Plainfield versus Philadelphia. Now, right now, we have getting ready for a great tradition that we have at the Bucks County Curling Club. We do invite everyone who is spectating in the warm room to grab a shot of drambuie.
Come on, Michelle, you only live once. You might as well get her used to it.
And we absolutely try to encourage everybody to feel good and join in that tradition. Drambuie, the traditional drink of curling, it's a lovely blend of scotch and honey liqueur.
It really is a great tradition here at Bucks.
Yeah, and we said, if you're going to come in on Sunday and there is a large crowd in the warm room, I mean, our seating area is full.
There is still room if you would like to come in here.
And here we go. Let's bring it in. The participants are coming through the warm room, led by Sheet A. Our piper this afternoon is Tom Jolly. He is leading them down. He will march across the hog line. The participants will go down to the tee line and make their way down the ice. You'll see them come into our picture very shortly.
Dave, I still get chills watching this, and I'm a guy that likes not to be too serious, but this is what it's all about.
Absolutely, absolutely, Mark. So let's just bring it all on in. And traditionally, the Bonspiel committee will join the participants on the ice and say a few words, and we'll make sure we try to catch them on the feed. And now they are making their way down the sheet. And let's just let this speak for itself. To the piper indeed. Oh, that tastes like Sunday.
It does taste like Sunday, and we're ready.
And that will officially put a start to the finals of the 2019 Elizabeth Childs Challenge.
Let's just get it on. There you go. Now it sounds better when I'm actually on.
There you go.
If my wife only had that button.
I'm Dave Schmel, and I'm pleased to be joined today with my partner in crime, Many Beers O'Donnell. Mark, happy to see you again, buddy.
Hey, thanks, Dave. Always a pleasure to be right next to you. And most time in curling or broadcasting.
Absolutely. Playing himself off the ice is our piper, Tom Jolly, member of the Philadelphia Curling Club, getting a well-deserved ovation.
He deserves it. A hell of a job, Tom.
Once again, a well-deserved ovation for Tom Jolly. Tom Jolly taking a break out of what is a very busy St. Patty's Day piping schedule for him.
You aren't kidding. This is probably the greatest time to be a bagpiper right now.
Absolutely. This is a bad business decision for Tom right now, but it's a great curling decision, and we are happy to have him.
You aren't kidding, Dave. It's a pleasure to have the Jollies to always come through for us. One would say it's a jolly good time.
And it is going to be Plainfield with the first rock. Plainfield will be throwing the blue rocks. And Gustafson from Broomstones will be throwing the red stones. So it will be Broomstones with the hammer. They will be throwing the last stone. We know we have some friends and loved ones who may not be quite as familiar with this sport watching, so we'll make sure that we explain some things here. This first shot here is called to be a guard.
They're really doing their fine effort to get it over. It's going to end up being a one guard, which is fine.
It's a very long guard. It is a corner guard.
It's a corner guard, and that's what you want when you have hammer, right, Dave?
Absolutely, you want to have them. So now Caitlin Statkus from Plainfield is going to call to draw underneath her own corner guard. Now, that first guard did overcurl a little bit, but they're still looking to be under there. Now,
I don't mind another guard here, Dave. I'd like that junk it up early and see what happens.
Well, yeah, it's okay right now. I think both teams are going to try to get a feel for the ice.
A little ticking in, maybe? No, it just went past that guard.
It did just go past the guard. Now, we did just have a fresh scrape here. The ice crew did a fantastic job, and we turned 4 sheets of ice in about 28 minutes.
Incredible job. You can't say enough about the ice crew this weekend. They've been doing everything to keep this up to a fair play, and it's been good.
Oh yeah, we made the commitment to go no more than 2 draws without a scrape, and if you've been around, that doesn't always happen.
No, it doesn't.
And the idea is we really want to give the participants on the ice the best ice we could possibly give them. So ultimately, it would be their shot making and their strategy choices that proved to be the determining factor. And that's 13 for those of you keeping track at home.
It does add up quickly, Dave. It does add up quickly. Okay, I think they're trying to draw under again here, I believe, right?
And that's not the worst strategy right now.
A little. I think, again, it's going to be a tick. It's obviously going to be a tick. Oh, this actually works out good because it's now buried behind the red guard.
Yeah, it's not a bad outcome at all. Got to take down the... There we go.
Got a lot of traffic in front of us here, Dave.
Right now, the extra shots of Drambuie are being distributed back.
Again, a fine tradition at Bucks County. Everybody gets drunk. You got to thank Jane Stayer for that. She is she likes to get everybody drunk. Yeah, you either have to be a village idiot or someone that gets everybody drunk. That was not a bad shot. They froze down, or well, I mean, it wasn't a freeze, but they actually tapped back a little bit.
To the Piper.
To the Piper. Yes, we do like that drink.
Now, Drambuie, while a lot of people don't drink it neat, it is the main component in a rusty nail.
So, Dave, give us why is Drambuie the shot of choice for curling for the finals? Since you are a drink connoisseur.
I do drink a good amount. It is based off of Scotch, and curling is, of course, a Scottish game by heritage, even though most people, when asked, associate it with Canadians. We did find we were honored several years ago to be a stop on the Scots tour when they come around, 5 different teams from Scotland tour the United States. And we started with a shot of Drambuie, and when we did mid-game broom stacking, Drambuie was requested again. So if the Scots want to drink it and it's their game, that's good enough for me, buddy.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, I'll do any drink. It's a smooth drink. It does get your nerves off a little bit. And Megan Banker said it's cheap.
It's not cheap, though. Drambuie is expensive as F.
Oh, maybe I misread that. Maybe Megan Banker's cheap.
Oh. No, Drambuie is not cheap. A handle of Drambuie, the last time I was down at Total Wine, cost us $57 a handle. So Drambuie is not cheap, and we just went through 4 full bottles of Drambuie. It takes us a bottle and a half to take care of the participants on the ice, which most curling clubs are used to. And then we use another 2 bottles on everyone else.
Yes, money's not an object with Bucks County. It might be.
Oh, let's not say that. We are still buying a new chiller that's 1185 York Road, Ring 2, Warminster, PA 18974.
Yes. All right, so the 46 of you still watching right now, feel free to chat. There you go. Andrea has just said go Francesca.
And Francesca is the second for Broomstones. And right now, taking a look at it, is Broomstones sitting second and third right now at Plainfield with the shot stone. Behind the tee line in the 8-foot, there are 2 stacked guards, which makes that side decidedly less accessible. So the call right now for Broomstones with the hammer, they're going to try to draw on down and just kind of possibly just chisel the bluestone there. We're joined behind us right now by the second favorite old guy at Bucks County Curling Club, Bert Tyler.
Oh, everybody loves Bert. Bert sporting his normal.
And we have watching in Maine, Nini.
Hello, Nini. If you're watching in Maine, you have nothing better to do than watch this.
She's definitely a maniac, and can possibly have some laughs later.
Yeah. It's all good.
Go Justine. So we're having a shout out to her here.
The warm room in front of us is having a pretty good time watching this game right now. They're enjoying their free shots. And
well, they're posing with the shots. I haven't seen them actually drink their shots
The
yet.
whole point of getting a free shot, you have to drink it here at Bucks because you can't take it home.
There we go.
There we go.
Over the lips and through the gums. Look out, Tommy. Here it comes.
I think I got married with that comment.
In most states, that is how that happens. So the draw was a little bit light, and now Plainfield comes on in, and that is just a little bit too much gas in that one. And Robin Gustafson will sweep it out of the house. So right now,
Okay, David.
No, it's okay. You have hammer right now, so they are electing to draw underneath again. What do you think here?
Well, yeah, I'm just saying this looks like one of the men's where you're forced to play one end of the ice. Everybody's been playing that end of the ice, and we've seen that happen many times this weekend where you just get into that trap where you keep playing one side of the ice.
Yeah, partner, and I definitely see that. And right now, the issue is that it is still Plainfield with the shot stone. So it's tough to get a split. If they could ever get that draw into there and
it's just a little strong.
Be shot stone, that is a little heavy. Now, one thing which I don't know if they looked at, they can get at the shot rock.
Oh, absolutely.
On the outside side.
You could actually hit that outside red into the blue and get out of there, and you're sitting 4. And as a skip, you're keeping that silent to your last stone. You see it. You're hoping the opponent doesn't see that.
So here comes Caitlin Statkus from Plainfield.
Coming down ready to make her shot. I think they're just going to try to draw under cover right now. Nothing. All right, we want to bring home Drambuie to Boston apparently right now with the upline chat here, and again, and the 47 of the or 46 since I'm number 47, no, actually 45 since Megan's right.
I got 48.
Well, now I'm totally screwed up. I can't do math.
Math is hard.
Just do your comments because it makes our broadcast a lot easier.
Absolutely, we do enjoy. It gives us something to respond to because otherwise, I try to come up with these little colloquial stories, which eventually get quite boring.
I participated in the live chat yesterday for about 2.5 hours, and they ignored me from basically all my chats.
That's because you were hammered the whole time.
I was drunk, Dave. I would have to say I was drunk. It was a holy at my house, and I participated in adult beverages, which I am still doing.
Well, we are pacing ourselves a little bit more this afternoon.
You can't sip a shot. You got to chug it. I'm sorry if you heard that over the air.
I mean, that's just basic curling etiquette. It's
yeah. You know what? If you get a free shot, you got to chug it.
It's right there behind that the lead needs to know what type of cigarettes the skip likes and what type of whiskey the skip likes and make sure it's available to him or her at all times.
Exactly. And Dave, what is our favorite position in curling? The 5th.
The 5th is a great position. So here we are, and we have Broomstones trying to make something happen here. We do plan, Greg, we will give updates basically after every end. We generally wait in general for every end to be complete across the sheets, but we will be looking at everything.
There is a little bit of lag time from what we're saying and what you can see, so we will, you might see something quicker on TV than what you hear right now, so. And Greg, we also take donations if you want requests. If you want quicker score updates, if you donate to Bucks County Curling Club, we'll get it quicker to you.
We might get out the cherry picker and just move the cameras to where you want it if it's a big enough donation.
Yeah, we could do that for you.
So Caitlin's coming down with her final stone, sitting the 1 right now. And they're going to go, and they do have to go, and they're going to drag it, and they are going to drag it to be sitting 1 and 2 right now.
You got to thank the sweepers on that. That is a hell of a sweep.
A very nice shot there.
So now, I mean, you have to just draw the button, get your one, and live to play another game here. Let's just draw it. You have a wide. They're going for the hit.
Okay, so taking a look at this, we can see about 1/3 of the rack right here. And if you could ever hit this with some weight, you're going to lose your shooter all day, but you will be left the other 4 stones counting.
Are they going for the double here, Dave?
I think they are. I mean, I don't know how you hit and stick with that ice.
That's a bold strategy because either you make this shot or you're giving up 2.
Well, but then again, you can always look at it in the first end that the other team had hammer, they got the 2, and you just go.
I don't mind giving up 1. I don't want to give up 2 in the first end.
You know what? No, you got a shot to bounce out and take 4. Let's go for it. Okay, so here we come. The shot is away from Robin Gustafson. The skip from Broomstones.
Oh, they got to get on it. They have to get on it. That might crash on the guards. No, they're actually holding it.
No, not at all.
No, it's on the guard. It's on the guard.
So it's going to be on the guards, and we'll see what happens. It's going to roll over now. The question is, will it hold to be second? And it won't.
No, and that was the problem, I thought.
So it will indeed be a steal of 2 for Plainfield. And after one end, it is Plainfield 2-0.
But it's only the first end. Hey, I love the aggressiveness. Something that many beers would not have done, but that's fine.
No, yeah, it is an aggressive call, but going back to what I said before, in the first end, I'm willing to take a chance like that.
Yeah, you have 7 more ends. Are we playing 10? I don't know how the child.
We're playing 8 ends.
Yeah, I know the Francis Statkus. We played 10 ends in our finals.
Well, it did change this year. This year they did move it back to an 8-end game.
This year. Well, since I didn't make it to the finals, I did not know about that.
Now, a couple years ago, we did play 10 ends down at Potomac, and actually all 4 sheets played 10 ends.
And I think that actually benefited the A winner that year.
Oh, I would not have won if we didn't have 10 ends. we were quite fortunate to have 10 ends to play, but that is all, obviously those rules are laid out in advance so everybody knows what they're facing. So we are indeed playing 8 ends. The difference right now is we have been running on our time clock. The finals are indeed untimed.
That's a good thing. Dave, and going back to the 10-end thing, I remember back when I played in a final, I agreed with the skip to hang too because we're both old and we didn't want to play 10.
and that was a big part of the rationale and argument, and that was given by the GNCC chair for doing that, and yada yada yada. It's all good.
I agree, Zach. There should be a donation to Drambuie.
So we have a hit coming on down here.
That's a fine hit.
It's me. We have some applause from the warmer. We have supporters of both teams here.
There's a lot of clapping going on here. And I believe the one shot is almost drank by now.
There are still 2 of those free shots there, just kind of like sitting there.
Yeah. That's sacrilege.
There we go.
There we go.
Well done.
There we go. And now we are officially drinking.
Oh, and that is just a little bit inside. So now, I don't overthink this right now, Mark. I think I split the house.
Yeah, well, they're not going to do that, and that's sometimes you got to play the scoreboard a little bit sometimes. Everybody wants a guard a shot in the house, but you know what? You just have to split. I agree with the split here.
Because you don't have guards, that's the biggest thing right now. They think that the weight is all there. The weight appears to be back 8 weight. And you're going to get a little rub. And
actually, this is going to accomplish. If that stone could stick, it ain't. But all right, she's in the back 12.
It was a little bit heavy. So basically, we just rearranged things to behind the tee line right now. So it gives an option for Caitlin to either throw a hit or throw a draw. And she is going to keep her foot on the gas pedal and throw a draw down to the opponent's stone in the back of the 8-foot.
That's actually a good shot. I don't mind this here. Freeze against the back one. That's how you force a 1.
Well, yeah, well, this is really more of a play for the steal because the danger is if you miss this, then that opportunity to set up the relatively straightforward deuce is there again. We're over 50 viewers right now, so that's kind of cool. Thanks for watching. And it ended up being a takeout, a little bit heavier than a draw, but that's okay. And it looks like this is going to be played as a hit, and we're looking at a little bit more of a clean end. Okay, so some discussion back and forth, and I think they have settled on the takeout. Initially, Robin had called for a draw down to the stone. So
either one is a good choice here, Dave.
So here it comes down right now.
They got to hold this. This is going to over curl.
Oh, that's well over curl.
I'd pull off right now. Maybe you can sit in the back of the house.
I think it's a draw if you get off of it.
Yeah, get off it. You can sit in the back of the house. They might actually sit tee.
It comes on back, and Caitlin is sweeping it, and she brings it to the middle of the 12-foot. And now her response is
hit it. Well, she's going to sit on it.
Yeah.
Okay, either or is fine. I believe this is going to probably be, with the weight, you better hope that it hits the stone, because I don't think it's going to sit in front of it.
Yeah, it has some curling to do, and unfortunately it's gonna flash.
Yeah, that was just a little too much ice with the weight. The ice probably was the right call, but the weight was a little heavy.
I agree. So the stone is on its way. The brushers are trying to hold it. Two brushers now. Of course, once it reaches the tee line, there can be only one sweeper, and it will be shot stone.
That's not a bad shot. I don't think you could pick. Well, I guess you could like just tick on the outside and pull that red out. But the problem is you're going to drive your blue out, and then the other red is going to probably be counting. So I would just freeze on top of that. That would be a good call here.
That might be might be what we're seeing. So we're seeing the first Vice Rock out of Justine Muscat from Plainfield.
Hey, we're joined by a little offer over here. One of the Daniel is one of the junior curlers here that has represented us very well in some of the spiels.
So this shot's coming down. It's going to be hit. It's going to catch the inside of it.
Actually, this ain't a bad shot, Dave. And you come over to the other red. Oh, that is probably the best outcome you could ask for on that shot. That was actually very good.
Absolutely. That is the Drambuie shot of the afternoon right now.
I mean, and you're behind the tee line, where you don't want to be, but like you actually out-counted that one in the back 12.
Right, absolutely. I agree. So right now they say nothing all day, but this looks to be just a touch light.
Yeah, I would have to get on this. Girls, you got to get on that. That's light.
And it's going to come a little bit lighter and end up as about a 2-guard.
Well, you know what? That's, again, you could use that later. All right, so we have a, can you give a shout out to Karen in Maine? Hello, Karen in Maine. I hope you drank your shot because they barely drank theirs.
You need to teach them how it's perfectly done. There it is. It finally went down.
Finally went down. And now the real question is, how do you have 7 shots in front of you?
Okay, so we have Plainfield throwing a stone. And this one appears to be narrow. It's going to be on the top guard. They are brushing it with great alacrity right now, but it is going to wreck and raise the Broomstone stone into and through the house. So second vice rock now for Broomstones. And Kristen Glyenhall. Okay, so the call appears to draw down to the shot stone right now. Robin is getting her stopwatch ready, and what she's going to do with that, she's going to time the stone from hog to hog.
That has been something that's within the last 2 years. It's been really popular. How do you feel about the timing?
Well, hog to hog is a very good measure of what the time is. The problem is that can't be used by the front end. When the front end is doing timing, they have to use some interval either from the back line to the tee line, or from the back line to the hog line, or the tee line to the hog line. And too often you find folks fixated on that time and they don't really watch the delivery of the person. You see a lot of the top teams around the world. Well, they have at most one person timing. A lot of it's intuitive, and usually the skip is the one who's taking that hog to hog time to try to get a more general idea. Now, with that said, if somebody is good with the stopwatch, it is one heck of a tool.
It is a tool, but there is also the circumstances where some people are untimable.
Like you.
Yes, the monkey on the surfboard delivery is very untimable. And I tell everybody at the same time, you cannot time me because I deliver different ways. So, which is probably a bad thing for curling, but Absolutely. It works for me. Yeah, I'm either for it or against it. To me, I'd rather go watching it. If I'm playing front end, I go with the feel of watching the stone delivery, and I know by it hits the first hog line where I can make my call.
So Caitlin settles in, and it appears that she wants to throw a third counter here.
Oh, I didn't open it out in front of the microphone.
It has to curl. It's coming on over, and it's going to be a good guard to the shot rock, and it's going to come.
Oh, this is going to come down to the back low, I believe.
Yeah, it's going to come all the way down, and it would appear the force is on right now.
That's not a bad shot, and it's one. Usually, you say you don't want to go behind the tee line, but when you have a lead and you can lay on top of that, that's not a bad shot.
So it will be a force right now, and Gustafson will have to execute a draw to the 4-foot. Now there is some backing available. You do need to make sure you're on that. As she comes on down, I'll give you a quick look around the house over on sheet A. Throwing the Redstones is Triangle Curling Club, and they have a 1-0 lead after one. On sheet C, we have Wagner from Albany taking a 4-ender, and it's a 4-0 lead. And over on D, it is a 4-ender for Trela from Plainfield. So it is 4-0 on sheet D in our D final. Settling into the hack right now is Robin Gustafson. And the final stone in the second end is away. Francesca and Aaron are trying to hold the line. This stone is curling quite hard. I think you have to get off of it and try to hang on.
Yeah, I mean, it's just heavy.
And that is going to go through, and it is 1, 2, and it likely 3. They're going to take a good look at it. 3 blue is the indication.
I definitely think it's 3 blue.
Well,
I don't know. That back the.
I think we're going to have a measure for the.
Actually,
Jesus!
You know what?
It's not even hammer yet.
Oh, well, maybe you are. All right, so now, Dave, it's final stones for. No, it ain't even final stones. We are way off this game.
Well, it's the final skip rock.
All right, wait a minute. Now we have a. Can you give a shout out to Alina? What? You better. I'm not going to even go where it rhymes with.
No. Alina in Boston.
Hello, Alina in Boston.
Absolutely.
If Alina could tune in, you could make a comment right now. You could be number 60 on the web chat.
All right.
And then again, of the fifth. Oh, wait, we lost one. Sorry. If any of you are out there, please make your comments on your web chat here. We would like to respond to that.
Well, it's okay. Now you got me, and I had the wrong stone count. Last night, Steve Johnson, my color man, suggested throwing a guard with hammer.
Dave, I did that with Mark Blanton in a spiel with sitting right next to me with the Stink Flamingos. We had hammer sitting one, and we threw a guard with hammer because we lost count of the stones.
So that's going to come on up, and it appears it may be third counter, maybe fourth counter. I don't know.
Doesn't matter. Red has one more stone to just lay on top of something.
And the force is indeed on, and, well, you better make it now.
You got to make it, Dave. Well, Dave, you're just going to have to draw. I mean, you can throw a little heavy draw. You just got to get to anywhere in the yellow right here.
Yep, you have to get to the 4 foot. That's what you need to do.
Here's the deal. We don't know if this is either you get one or you could possibly giving up 4.
You might be giving up 4.
It would be a measure of 3 stones, at least 4 stones possibly. It's that close.
So the final rock is away, and that has to go for a line.
Man, that looks like weight. I think she's going to run on the guard here. Now, if they play plan B, this might help them, maybe. All right. Well, obviously they got 1. Now, here's the real sticky situation. Is the red out counting the other ones?
So they're going to take a look. It's 1, 2.
I believe you have to measure this.
Well, sure. It's 2 for sure right now. And I believe it's 3 for sure. And now,
if you're looking at it this long, and they're going to the measurement. And then this is an important thing. Dave, explain to some of the non-curlers out here, how do you measure here?
Well, basically what you do, I take a look at the commentary, and thank you, Jim. I will take you up on that when I need to. Be very careful not to kick away the wrong stones right now, first of all. Wait for the other vice before you move any more stones. You don't want to. So we have them coming out with the measuring device right now.
And Dave, again, for the non-curlers, you measure the inside of the stone, not the back of the stone, because why? Stones aren't perfectly round, right?
That sounds good enough to me, but it's just the way it's done.
Well,
so what they're going to do is place the measuring device.
What has been explained to me is that you measure the inside of the stone because...
Hold on a second. We need... Shepard! We need the... Go measure a rock.
They don't. Obviously, they are having a little problem with the measurement, but that's fine. But Dave, going back to our comment earlier, why you don't measure the outside of the stone is that stones aren't perfectly round. So,
yeah, see, right now their issue is that the center pin is underneath a little bit of ice. So what we're just going to do is grab a screwdriver
and make center.
Yeah, and dig out that center pin a little bit, and that can happen.
And some people might say this is like being a little.
No, it's not.
Tough, but you know what? When it comes this close, you have to make sure you're on center because you do the radius right here. That's a big difference of giving up 1 or 3.
Right. Ultimately, right now, just officially, the center pin is the center of the house. The
circles are not technically the center of the house.
That's correct. The painted rings are for reference purposes only. So now the measuring device is there in the center, and Ian is going to allow the devices to complete the measure, as they should.
Technically, it should go the other way, but that's fine.
That's fine. We are not. Last time I checked, yes, Greg. Ian is definitely wearing a bow tie. He's been wearing a bow tie all weekend. He has multiple bow ties. They are hand-tied bow ties, of course.
Ian would never wear a clip-on.
No.
Or a strap-on.
No, he wouldn't do that at all. So now the measure is taking place.
Oh, folks, we can't even tell how close this is. And Jim Fannin just knocked my mic almost over.
Oh, dear Lord, I'm going to go out there and measure in a second.
Here's the deal. If you can't decide, what do you do, Dave?
If they can't decide...
You pull the stones.
If they can't decide if it is actually a tie, it is a tie, and that stone would not count.
We don't know. Normal etiquette, you push the stone that is counting to the center so everybody would know, but that's fine. We don't know who. Blue... We knew Blue had the first one.
Well, definitely Blue is scoring. It's just a matter of how much.
Blue got 4. That's the Warm Room was saying Blue has got 4 on that one, and that is a great turn of events right now.
It does extend the lead for Plainfield here.
Okay, there's still plenty of time left. It is 6-0, so you still set up guards. That's how you get multiple points here, Dave, right?
Absolutely. You know, having your rocks in play and out in front of the house is the key to getting multiples.
How I look at it is that when you're down big in the second end, you play a 6-end game. So you try to outscore them in 6-end. Don't look at the scoreboard.
Amy, in just a second, I'll be taking a look around the barn and letting you know what all the different scores are in all the different games.
And for Amy, if you would make a donation to Bucks County Curling Club, we'll get it actually quicker to you.
Right now, Julie J is up 1 on sheet A, and then against Triangle, and that's probably what you're inquiring about. Wondering why Nancy only said that you sound fantastic.
Well, to be fair, Dave, I am much more sexier than you. You know what? Another tradition here at Bucks is the heckle bench, and I see the heckle bench starting to form on the left-hand side of sheet A, and it's been a tradition here for years now, and it's actually pretty fun when you have a Bucks team in the finals on sheet A. You like playing on sheet A, and you like being on the heckle bench on sheet A.
Yes, obviously, if you can see by looking at our web stream, at least the right-hand side, looking at the away side, it looks like a bit of a hockey rink because it was a junior hockey rink. Bucks County Curling Club was established in 2010 as a arena ice facility. On March 27, 2015, became fully dedicated ice. And then over the summer of 2017, we built our beautiful new warm room, which a lot of folks are enjoying right now.
Yeah, I mean, out of here, who enjoys the warm room? Sarah Ackland enjoys the warm room.
Sarah has just returned to curling.
Yeah, she took a little hiatus, but she's back and in her normal form, doing very well.
Yeah, she was off being a communist and not curling.
Yes. Sarah is an engineer, and how she carves up the ice when she throws, she's like an engineer on the ice.
One of my best moments with Sarah was how amused and happy she was that I was changing filters on our dehumidifier. She's like, oh, wow, maintenance.
Hey, blue drawing down onto the red, which is a fine shot here.
So it is still Plainfield applying the pressure here. And
you got to like the strategy here, Dave. Just put it on them right now. When you're in the A's finals and you're up 6, you just put it on them.
Right, absolutely. You're going to keep on playing the game you have. So right now, if you're Broomstones, you need to find a way to generate some offense here. Now, right now, we have a little bit of strategy by committee here. And Francesca Simon, the second from Broomstones, is definitely expressing her shot preference here. And the Stones away.
Dave, I really like the freeze here.
Well, we're not doing that at all, so.
Are they going for the hit?
They are indeed, and it is going to be.
I think I clipped the guard.
They are, but that's not the worst thing in the world.
No, it isn't.
Because now you've generated access, and you are sitting second and possibly third, so you do have an ability to take care of that. And Greg, the heckle bench is out there in the cold. We did decide that after it's a former hockey bench. So after we built the warm room, we decided to maintain the heckle benches and not close them off. But if you're going to heckle, your butt's going to be cold.
It does get cold out there. And, you know, the problem, Dave, when you're in a heckle bench, you're halfway between beer fridges.
And my biggest problem is Jim Fannin said he would refill my beverage, and now he's out in the heckle bench.
So you basically got to look at either. You know, this is another great thing that Sarah Ackland does. She fills your beverage.
Oh, we're having screwdrivers today.
Okay, so Blue is coming down, and Blue is just playing the pressure right now. I gotta love the strategy here with their skip.
Now they just keep on laying it on right now, and so eventually you have to make something happen. Now it's very easy to get discouraged here, but there are still no guards in your way.
This is why I would love a freeze here. You got nothing to hide under. And I think that's what she's going to play now. She changed her mind, which is probably the right decision here, Dave.
I can make a good case for both, but there is absolutely nothing wrong with this. Thank you, Sarah, and cheers. Does Sarah know the math?
This has got to really move. I think it's a little heavy. That's a shame. The line was good.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not working out too well.
All right, so
Caitlin calling for a shot at the top of the 8-foot.
I don't mind if she overcurls here and freezes again on top of the blue.
A little bit of a bobble on the delivery there.
I think she's got plenty of weight. I don't think it's guard weight. So at this point in time, can they play it down to another stone? Yeah, I think she's actually going to bump.
Yeah, coming down their own, they're going to stack them up, and now you moved on to the back of the button there. It's not the best outcome because now
you have to freeze here, Dave. You have to freeze.
The freeze will be the start of trying to generate some offense here, but they are going to throw the hit. Not terrible because you could hit and roll into that pile.
You could, and again, it's what your shooter is comfortable with here.
I mean, we did just miss the draw with the last stone.
So maybe you're more comfortable throwing a little bit of weight. Yeah, it's not a. I agree. If you can come in on top of that or the back blue there and then chip out that other blue, you're looking pretty good.
So this stone's away. They call it as controlled down weight as we can hear from the overhead. She takes a seat on the ice, unfortunately.
I just think that's a little wide.
No, it's actually good. Yeah, Mark, I disagree. This looks really darn good.
You know what? It really came back at the end.
Get that. Tick the one out in the back.
That's actually a fine shot.
It's a nice double takeout there.
And the fans in the front are raising their drinks, and they're happy. They're doing a wave, and you're listening to it right now. A lot of fanning going on here.
Live at the 2019 Elizabeth Childs Challenge.
I think there's a little bit of sangria being drunk right now.
Come to you from the Elizabeth Childs Challenge here in the K&J Magnetics Warm Room at the Bucks County Curling Club. The strongest magnets in the world. Visit kjmagnetics.com.
All right, Blue, you're just doing your normal takeout here, and maybe roll to the other side of the house, which will be fine. It will come over. She will chip it.
Yeah, you have the takeout here for sure. You're going to lose a shooter, but no problem.
That's fine. That's not a problem here. We got multiple fans here. It's a dual fanship here. We got clapping on both ends here. All I got to say is the second row probably outdrank the first row right now, though.
I would say it's not a contest, but it is.
It is a contest. Whoever drinks more. Oh, wait a minute. We have glasses on.
We have beer goggles.
We have beer goggles and sangria. We have a pink unicorn. I think she's still blowing it up. It's either that or a dog's happy. We don't know.
Back to some actual curling right now. We're trying to hold this line. Hold it on there to try to get on and get a piece of the stone. It is going to just over curl and just whisker by.
All right, Dave, here's the situation. What do you like here? Do you like whacking the blues here?
I like whiskey.
I know you like whiskey, but do you like whacking the blues? Obviously, you'll lose that shot just biting the 8-foot, but can you clear all three?
I don't think you can, and we're going to get those updates across the barn in just a second once we have third end results from everyone. Tied up on sheet A. 5-1 in favor of Broomstones on sheet C, and 4-2 now
on sheet D
in favor of Plainfield.
There's a lot of applause here. You gotta admit.
Well, we're having some sangria delivered to the ice right now.
You know what? Usually you call a technical timeout for that, but you know what? They're just playing right through it, and that's because it's the A finals here, folks.
Yeah, there is, these games are on times. There's absolutely no reason why they can't stack the brooms after 4.
I would stack the brooms after 4.
And come on in
and join the fun in the warm room.
So it's all Bucks members out in the heckle benches. We have all of your favorite suspects and some new members taking part in our Bucks County tradition, and we do encourage you to take part in that if you ever do to come to Bucks County Curling Club. We have a great view, of course, from the warm room with the stadium seating, but It's a lot of fun to watch it out in the ice.
Yeah, if you can get down to the heckle bench, especially when one of your teams are playing on sheet A, it not only puts the pressure on them, but you drink more. And Dave, what's the final goal? Drink more.
My final goal is to avoid a liver transplant.
Dave, if I can donate, I'll give it to you.
You think your liver is going to be any good?
No. I don't even know if it's pink anymore.
Oh, my goodness. So, here we go. So,
wait a minute. They have the shroud. They have the shroud of luck going on down here in the warm room. And they're willing this shot right now. Wait a minute. I don't know if she's from Star Wars with a unicorn. It might be a zodiac sign. We have no idea. Or she could be a pagan. Either one, we don't know what's going on down here in the front row of the warm room.
Okay, so in all seriousness, Robin Gustafson is trying to set something up. She's facing 3 stones right now.
Oh, that could be a little light, Dave. That could be light. I think
no, all the weight's there. They're just trying to hold it. You have to hold it to be on the inside of the one on the right-hand side. And if you do it, it's going to be a nice rock. It's off the one in front of the other, and that is really good. You are blind.
I am blind. I'm old. To credit to Dave, he saw that before I saw that. I didn't see that shot. That is a very fine shot. A very fine shot.
You let the play-by-play guy call it, and then you come in with the color.
Well, I'm here for comic relief. And I just got to say, I'm counting the heckle bench right now, and you got at least 15 out there.
Oh, it's definitely getting populated well, and they are interacting with the participants.
And that's, you got to love it. Wait a minute, we're going to add 2 more to the heckle bench. 2 more to
the heckle bench. That is fantastic. We got Tom Jolly, our piper, out there, and he doesn't even curl.
No, he doesn't, but he's out on the heckle bench. And again, we're joined with Ian Sheffer here.
That is his name.
Ian, get over here and join on the mic here. Come down here. You're one of the co-chairs of this wonderful Bonspiel.
Thanks, Jim.
Ian, a very pleasant good afternoon, and on behalf of all of us watching, thank you and your team for all your efforts.
Thank you very much. It's been just a heck of a lot of fun this weekend, and I've been really fortunate to be able to be kind of the nerdy, bow-tied face of an amazing team in our organizing committee. Martha O'Connor, Cassie Dragos, Julie Jadlowski, who's out on Sheet A right now. And really a club-wide effort. It's been nice to see the whole club come out and really show some hospitality to these teams from all over the GNCC for this 29th Elizabeth Childs Challenge, the largest ever, and I think the largest spiel that our club's hosted.
Absolutely, it certainly is. The final skip rock coming down from Plainfield right now, and that indeed will curl down to sit as...
I believe we're going to... well, Red has one more shot.
We're not measuring anything yet. We made that mistake already once.
You just got to come down here and hit for 2. I believe that Red is counting right now. So you hit that for 2.
Well, it is blue counting, and Red
well, yeah,
Red indeed is second shot. So if you could throw a shot now, the weight control is very important.
Oh, it is. But you just play this as a heavy draw, Dave.
Yeah, absolutely. You tap that back a bit. All you got to do is sit on it.
And the shout-out request
for Elaine again in Boston.
I mean,
obviously, Elaine is not listening.
Elaine is apparently quite needy and needs a lot of shout-outs.
Elaine needs a little bit more attention than we can give her.
She needs a mimosa.
Oh, and a shout out to Ian, who his wife and him are expecting their new child soon, and she actually participated in this child's event.
She did. This was her 5th and final child's challenge, and she was thrilled to be able to participate. Fortunately, it was close to home and close to our obstetrician, and we were able to make it through the weekend without a rock.
So the final stone part of me is coming down in end number 3, and there on it is really close for line. Now they're off. It just needs to curl up a little bit. If it curls up a little bit, you have a peach of a shot. And it curls away just a little bit, but
that's right. They got one. They got one.
It is going to put Broomstones on the board, and the crowd rejoiced.
No doubt Ellen and Boston happy with that.
So, Ian, you really didn't do your planning for the Childs. I mean, I'm just saying.
So to speak.
I mean, obviously you were drunk, and
well,
you had to do the math backwards.
Well, you know, I think with our oldest daughter, Louisa, who's 3.5 now, there was a time she came along right when Michelle and I had started curling, and there was a bit of time where she had been to more bonspiels than I had. And it was delightful. That was before she was even born. So we figured we'll continue that with her soon-to-be sister, and we're all certainly looking forward to it, and can't wait for the Little Rockers program to get underway here at Bucks pretty soon. I think we've got a pretty good cohort of young kids of club members to really continue the great traditions we've got here at our club.
Yeah, right now the wee ones that we have are pretty much good to be used as stones.
Yeah, that's about it. They really, But it's, but you know, Dave, you're never too young to be able to call line.
I'm still trying to figure out people to call line. And congratulations to the both of you. You deserve it, and it'll work out.
Absolutely. And you know, the good news is there'll be 4 of us now. We've got a rink.
You do have a rink. You can actually be an over and under soon.
There you go.
So we're looking around the house here, and on sheet A, Julie Jedlowski from Bucks County took 3 in the 4th end and is now 4-1 in their favor. And on the board now is Plainfield. It's 5-1 in favor of Albany. And over on sheet D, it is Philadelphia, and the rank skipped by Kim Cooper, holding a 6-2 advantage over Trela's Plainfield rank.
Certainly some leads opening up, but plenty of curling to go yet this afternoon.
Absolutely. So, Ian, let me ask you, what was something that you didn't expect to happen running a bonspiel?
You know, I think the thing that really surprised me was how much, you know, you sort of expect every now and again to have sort of substitute player requests come from rinks at the last minute with folks getting ill and that sort of thing. And I think the second release throwing a rock for Team Statkus, Sarah Mogul, who was skipping the Finger Lakes rink up until last night in the B, has just been something amazing and something that I think really exemplifies that spirit of camaraderie that we all love so much about the sport in general, and I think the GNCC 5 and under community.
Oh, absolutely. And generally at a bonspiel, the club tries to provide subs, but we did have 7 teams of our own in this bonspiel.
Yeah, absolutely. And we certainly had some, you know, plenty of Bucks members step up. But with the enthusiasm for this event, it was a bit tougher than we would have liked. But the folks playing here have just it's been amazing. It's been amazing.
So coming down right now in the 4th end, we do have a split house of stones belonging to Broomstones, and another one's coming in now. Generally, when you're looking to steal, you'd be throwing some guards. This one does seem to have just a little bit too much pepper, and it's going to skate through.
So, Dave, do you think that since they haven't played today, that they're a little amped up and they haven't got their, you know, feel for the ice?
I think they're amped up because it's an A finals.
Yes,
absolutely. Having been in a couple of A finals myself with Dave, that is. It's kind of amazing how much that adrenaline gets going, and you hope that that shot of Drambuie toasting the Piper will take the edge off. But
and sometimes we had to wait for that extra shot in the 5th end break.
Absolutely. That is key.
it must be nice, guys, to be in an A final.
It's.
and the salt is just getting into my wound right now.
Can I get an extra shaker over here? Side draw comes down, and it will be Plainfield sitting second, so it is shot stone belonging to Broomstones, and the call is to come up to the top of the 12-foot.
Yeah, I like this call here, Dave. You're biting on the outside with a couple shots here. Get yourself a guard and worry about that blue stone later.
And at the very, right now, if you follow this strategy to its conclusion, you're going to end up with a decent number of stones in the house.
I believe this one's in the house. I don't think it's guard weight.
Well, they called it in, but the idea is here, and the point I was alluding to is that we really haven't seen Caitlin have to throw a draw yet. And so I think that Robin is going to try to challenge.
A record number here, Dave.
Up to 72, absolutely.
That's thank you all for tuning in right now, and I hope we are keeping you up to date very well, and you're enjoying the broadcast here.
It's like maybe a bit more curl than they were hoping for.
So, Dave, do you split or you guard?
I mean, right now you are sitting 2 stones right now, so I kind of would like one on the other side of the
I
4-foot, like, so not all the way split, but
yeah.
And okay, so they are going to throw the in-turn and cover the shot stone.
Seems like the in-turn this weekend has been the shot of choice.
Yes, to Curling Chicks. Our ice has been swinging 5.5 feet all weekend, and we've been getting that. I mean, just a hair less inside out, but it's still a good 4.5 that way. The ice has been fantastic.
Super fantastic.
And definitely big thanks to our ice lead, Joe Phillips, and his entire team. It did take a village, including the village idiot next to me.
It does. But we couldn't have got this far without Joe Phillips.
Absolutely. It's been amazing, too. And from an organizer's perspective, I mean, to be able to have a draw running 15 minutes late and pick up time and get back on schedule with a 40-minute scrape on 4 sheets, they turned this ice around, pebbled and scraped 4 sheets in 28 minutes. With a draw that was running late still on the ice. It's an amazing thing to watch, and really goes to show you how much of a team effort it is.
Absolutely. We have a full heckle bench with many members of that ice crew out there. Club President Kevin Stayer is out there, Chris Mahoney.
And a couple new members, which is that's what's great. You got new members out there, too, joining into the heckle bench.
The gentleman in the yellow green, he is Tom, I want to say Tom Stalin. He's been doing a lot with the ice as well. But the Bucks community is out there on the heckle bench rooting on their favorites that are only a few feet away from them. So coming back over here, it's still 2 stones for Broomstones. I should start saying rocks or shots, because stones and Broomstones, a whole bunch just not sounding too good.
Dave, this is a big end for Broomstones right here.
Absolutely, because right now you got on the board. It wasn't, now mind you, it wasn't the 2 points you would have hoped for. But right now, if you can set it in there, you're going to turn that momentum back the other way.
Absolutely, because we've all been there. When you have a big lead and you give up a lead or start getting it chipped away, you start throwing a little tighter.
Absolutely. They have an opportunity here to really get a lot of rocks in the house, and like Dave said earlier, try to force Caitlin into making that tough draw against a lot of points, which in the pressure of any game, let alone an event final and an A final no less, is a tall order.
And we did see that earlier this week. We've seen a couple draws skitter through against 6.
Yes,
absolutely.
And that has been game changers on more than one occasion.
Oh, we have it. Our first cowbell of the finals just rang right now.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah. All right. This looks like a decent draw. The weight looks good. The weight looks real good.
They're keeping it clean, and now they're going to get on it because now they're going to try to make that line really perfect.
Oh, she could freeze to the inside of the red. That'd be a great shot.
It's just a little bit toasty, but it's going to settle down, and it will be the shot stone.
All right, so obviously you're going to come down and tap that back, right, Dave? Or just
well, yeah, but you are underneath a halfway guard there, a guard in the 2 position, which is lined up extremely well. If you're looking at head on the webcast on the left side of your screen, you don't see a lot. So right now they're considering a downweight shot, but, but that downweight shot carries the risk of jamming into the red stone.
Absolutely, you got to make sure you get over far enough to tap that back, ideally to the 12 foot. You don't need to move it very far.
No, you just got to get it out of the counter. Yeah, agree.
Absolutely. So hopefully this ice, with the amount of swing we have, you'll be able to get that with the long guard, be able to slide behind them.
With that ice, it's definitely got to be downweight. I mean,
yeah. Certainly, I always enjoy throwing these shots myself. I think the downweight subtle hits are a lot of fun to call and throw.
Yeah, they are. I mean, because it's a little bit of skill. You got to come out on broom, and it's not about throwing as musty as you can throw.
Much more of a finesse shot. One of those things that gives the roaring game its charm.
Agreed, Ian.
So here we are, Robin Gustafson with the first rock.
Oh, I think she might be a little heavy, and that's the problem. It ain't going to move.
Well, right off the bat, the Vice, she has a good look at it, and right now is where we start to see it cut all week. Right at the hog line.
Oh,
it
wait a
starts
minute.
to come in.
This actually, can it come over enough? Oh, wow.
Just past it.
Wow. That might have been just a little bit too much broom, I guess.
Yeah. Weight looked reasonable.
Well,
maybe
it wasn't down. Yeah, it was back line-ish. Yes.
So skip for Plainfield. Caitlin Statkus leans into her shot, and down it comes.
Not clear if the call was a guard or another draw in. I would imagine a guard with that ice, Dave.
Yeah, I do believe that they are trying to guard that path in.
Yeah, you don't want to let him anything to sit on in there, so you want to guard here.
Yeah. You're quite happy to take your one in this end if you're Team Statkus, I think.
Absolutely. Curling chick. So would this be some combination of Devin Charlotte by chance? I'm just curious.
So this is the last stone for the... Yeah,
it's the last stone for the Gustafson rank, and right now it is one stone for...
You got to draw into the pocket here, which is it can happen, but you got to really skinny that upper guard.
Now, if you were playing on TV right now, you would run that 2 guard straight back and stick it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good luck.
It's those shots, as I like to say when I'm playing in our league night. Well, it's there for a theoretical curler, but let's play the draw.
We had many of those shots, Ian, when we played together. Like, let's just do it for TV.
Yeah, absolutely. It's often the fun of league night.
Yes.
Yeah. That's usually Sunday league for me. Sunday fun day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, why not? You can't make it if you don't try it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the idea is that when you throw them and practice them, you feel confident that you can at least attempt them where it really matters.
She gave a lot of weight here.
It's got to
No,
move.
actually, it's actually looking pretty good.
Well, right here it's where it's been turning all week.
And they've on the outside of the sheet, so probably a little bit less play on that path.
It's been turning there all week. If it turns over, it's got to go.
Yeah. Maybe you got to play a little raise. Now, if you're blue, you really have nothing to lose here by playing the tap up.
Yeah, you just draw the 4-foot from the other side, Mark. That's all you do.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's wide open.
And it looks like that's where the broom's going down.
I mean, you can hear the voices on the ice, and that's not the teams playing. That's the heckle bench over there.
Absolutely.
And we haven't had a shout out for a while. Apparently everybody in Boston is now asleep.
Skips rocks now coming down.
Yeah, I don't think that's getting there.
No, that's
Actually, I mean, that's the other turn, almost like they threw it away.
not unreasonable.
No, I don't argue with that shot.
First, do no harm.
Yeah, I don't argue with that
So
shot.
that's a score of 1 for Plainfield, and it leaves it after 4.
Oh, hi, Rich.
A score of 7-1.
It's either hi, Rich, or hi, I'm rich. Oh! Usually you have to sit on the front of the seat, but that's fine.
Well, thank you, folks, for letting me check in and say thanks to our club members and for keeping all of our friends across the GNCC updated. I'm going to get ready for our awards ceremony a little bit later and get these folks home. There's a lot of distance to travel for some of these teams.
Oh, absolutely.
And
yeah.
I'll have to make sure to check it on the heckle benches, be sure things are running smoothly there.
Absolutely, Ian, and thanks for joining us, and thank you so much for all the work you did this weekend.
Yeah, thank you, Ian. We could never have pulled this off without your help and Cassie and Martha and Julie's help. You've made a great bond spiel, and thanks again, and congratulations on your upcoming birth.
Thank you.
It was his pleasure.
It was his pleasure. USA versus USSR. Okay. Apparently there's a lot of texting going on here in the front row of the warm room.
We do. Our very own Soviet Comrade Cocktails is not here today.
Yeah, Comrade Cocktails is not here. Hashtag comeback kids. Okay.
Do you believe in miracles?
It could happen. It's still 5 and under, folks, and nothing is guaranteed.
It's only half the game.
Exactly.
It got this way in half a game. It can go the other way in half a game.
This one looks like she's Irish with the red hair.
So let's take a tour around the ice here.
Exactly. I was
Mark?
just going to suggest that. Dave, could you give an update? Looks like sheet A, Bucks is kind of in control here.
It was a steal of 2 for Julie, the happiest woman on the ice, Jadlowski. She is up 6-1 over her opponent, Ellen Lynch from Triangle. Over on sheet D, another steal of 2 for Kim Cooper. And they now hold an 8-2 advantage over Trela from Plainfield. And over on sheet C, it is a score of 5-2 in favor of Wagner from Albany. And that's where we stand halfway through the games, Mark.
Hey, congratulations to all these teams to make it to the finals. I mean, whatever the outcome it is, you got yourself some hardware, Dave, and that's what it's all about, ain't it?
Absolutely. Everybody here is gonna get hardware, and Zach, I've been to Boston. I haven't spent a lot of time there, but I've been there.
Oh, I've been to Broomstones as well. It's a nice town.
I've been to Broomstones a whole bunch. I've been to Boston proper, some.
I gotta admit, I've never been to South Shore, so I have no idea where they're at.
Well, they're in Bridgewater, Mass. But has Zach been to Philadelphia? There's my question.
Yes, we have been to Boston, Zach.
Yep, absolutely. I know that river is green today. See, we have you beat. The Delaware River is green anyway.
Yeah, and it ain't because of algae.
It really is.
I don't know what makes it green, Dave. I have no idea. It's the miracle of Philly. We have a wee little one down there in the front row enjoying the game.
A wee little one?
Yeah, there's a wee little one down there.
That is a wee one.
That is a wee one.
You know what? That one is wee enough that I can still swear.
Yeah, she will not understand our commentary right now.
Well, Nancy, you just missed our update. It is up 5 right now for Julie J's rank.
And once again, Dave, as a curling family here, my sister will get another pin and rub it into my face.
I mean, she is the superior O'Donnell.
And that sucks. And I'm the younger one.
Yep. And
I made my choices. I stick with my skips.
Applause for a good shot on sheet C. So it is sitting. Hold on, wait for it, folks. There we go. If you're keeping track at home, I hope you are. We're running a slight pool. I have given you clues along the way as to how many beers Mark has had. I'm not going to do that anymore. So you're going to have to wind back through the feed and listen for the openings.
Apparently Nancy's watching the Worlds as well as this.
Why would you want to watch that?
Yeah, why would you want to watch the Worlds, Nancy? We are the world here. And who has
almost went and started singing "We Are the World," but
I wanted to too. I mean, who has better voices right now, them or us? I actually might start smoking Camels to sound better.
Well, the Rocky Steps there, Zach, are located at the Philadelphia Museum of Art. Here's an interesting fun fact for those of you on the live stream.
Lane, we did not see that, so I cannot comment on that.
And usually sometimes those things are just innocent mistakes. It's not generally a big deal.
And obviously you're a curler, and so the skips have to discuss that.
It's not for us to decide those things. So the steps are in the Philadelphia Museum of Art. Interesting thing, when they were filming the original Rocky movie, they did not have permits to film a movie.
Thank you, Zach. Oh, they're saying the free guard was out.
And once again, that's up to the players on the ice. And
yeah, again,
I was watching sheet C because I got distracted by the applause here in the warm room. So.
And I was opening a beer, so my fault.
Gosh darn it! Now this shot's on its way. It looks like it's good to catch a piece.
Nah, this is going to go out, Dave.
Wow, it still caught a piece.
Blues just got to, they just keep hammering it on. I'd put something in the open, and if they want to sit on top of me, I'm smacking it. You're already sitting one right now. Just put it somewhere in the open.
Yeah, they are going to draw underneath right now with this stone.
This is where you start doing a little scoreboard management. Where how can I not give up a lot of points? Dave, I'm never a fan of, or not a fan of, start taking out the guards for red when you're up big, so they can't do any tap backs.
Not a bad strategy at all, but right now they're drawing another one in because they have had their draw weight dialed in, and
they have been on fire. They came ready to play today.
That's a beautiful draw right to the tee line on the edge of the button, and it's appreciated by the fans in the warm room.
Let's hear it for the fans in the warm room. Oh, there you go.
The cowbell is so loud.
We have a pitcher of ice in front of us. They're not drinking the pitcher of ice, but there is a pitcher of ice in front of us.
It's just tonic water.
We have a shout out for empty bottle right now.
Okay, so the call right now.
Oh, we're drinking a little Tanqueray. It's a little gin and soda, possibly. Gin and water?
G&T.
Yes.
Little G&T. We're being very British right now.
Not a good thing on St. Paddy's Day to be a little British, but that's okay.
Now, ladies, if you need limes, they are available at the bar.
Yes, we do have limes at the bar, ladies, if you need it.
Now, meanwhile, this is a peach of a draw.
That is a hell of a draw.
Very nice shot.
So, Dave, here you go. You're up 7-1. Do you guard or you draw down on top of this? I like to guard here, give up my one, and come back with hammer here.
Yeah, well, that's definitely a good play, especially because the blue guards are staggered in front of the shot stone. So, but the call is to draw down.
Actually, a discussion made with the hecklers.
I mean, there's some coaching going on. That's okay. We do have on-time finals, and for some reason we didn't turn our scoreboard clock back into a clock.
So we have no idea what time it is. It's 2:42.
KYW News Time 2:42. Now time for traffic and transit on the twos.
Yes, it's on the twos.
Right now it's looking pretty good in the Schuylkill Expressway. Blue Route 95 looking all right. Mass transit is on or near schedule.
Wow, that's an incredible shot.
Fantastic, but it's still the one redstone.
Yeah, so now you got to draw on top of that again, right?
If you draw on top of it, that's not going to work.
Well, you can because you could tap back. Just chip a little bit of the blue, right?
For those of you at home, you know how many beers has had, and hopefully somebody's going to win our pool. It is good for a Bucks County Rockstar shirt if you can name the exact number of beers that Many Beers has had today. I have let you know during our earlier draws, and you've heard the openings. And you can put your guesses into the live chat, and I will make sure that a great piece of Bucks County Curling Club swag gets to our winner.
Yes, that would be an incredible win. I'm telling you, they've already been emptied. That's a little outside, Dave. I don't know what's. It's starting to make its move. Now it really looks good here. Got to get on it, girls. Yeah. Before it crashes on the blue.
Now the line's really good. It's walking over really nicely. It's onto the corner of the blue rock.
Yeah, I would have liked to sweep a little earlier.
Yeah, but see, the issue is if you sweep that, you're going to knock yourself off the button. The angles are really not in your favor at all.
Okay, so, I mean, as far as blue's concerned, they're happy with that.
I mean, they're thrilled. It's a force, and we just burned another end.
Exactly. I would have liked to chip that a little bit.
Unfortunately, Zach. Well, you know what? We're going to let all those guesses come in. But Zach is wrong.
I can get there, Zach. I can get there.
We're calling for the current count right now. My partner is. Oh, he'll get there by the end of the night, but
yeah,
you know.
2 more, please.
These don't count. These are unofficial, folks. The official number has been laid.
I don't know what's going on in front of us, but it looks like it's a party going on here.
I need some ones.
There's yeah, I have a dollar bill in my pocket right now. Everything's going well.
So we're going to leave our little contest open. How many beers Many Beers has had as of this moment. And you've heard the commentary. And we're going to leave that contest open until the end of the sixth end, so get your guesses in. Yo, Mitch, how was Youpie?
And if Mitch is in the bathroom, I don't want to know what Youpie is.
So, Carla, when is the last time you and your spouse made Youpie?
You know, Dave, I've been married for 23 years, and Youpie is like a far distant memory to me.
Yeah, Karen, it's taken a while, I get that, but it's untimed right now, so it is what it is. Since we went online in the live stream, not for this draw, but for all the draws that we've been doing today. Nope, the entire morning, and if you've been watching, I gave a clue with an actual number, and then we have been opening beers directly next to the microphone, like this. There it is. This beer doesn't count, by the way. The number is already set.
Hi-oh. Yeah. Here's the problem. If you're Broomstones right now, I don't know what you can do here. And Chandler and I enter Brent. I don't know what you can do here.
Okay, so both the curling chicks had their guess in. Zach has his guess in. We have a guess in from Karen Smith. It's one guess a person, folks, and we have all the way through the next end to get them in. In the event of a tie and you're both right, well, I'll figure something out. I'll flip a coin, or maybe I'll make you guys have a drinking contest.
Apparently, Youpie is a cat. Oh, okay. So we now realize that Youpie is a cat.
Well, I mean, Youpie was the mascot of the now defunct Montreal Expos.
It was. That is correct, Dave. Which are the
Washington Nationals.
Yes.
I'm not doing that on the microphone. No.
They said meow. Okay. I could have said another word, but we won't.
And if you want an over under the number of times I've slapped my partner upside the head,
that would be number 4.
So here we go, a really tough spot here for Red. They are going to try to draw in and catch a piece of the button. Well, we're going to give you some score updates in just a second, folks. It certainly is not.
First skip stone. Okay, yes. I don't mind like a heavy draw, maybe chip that blue out.
What they're trying to do is get around this 2-guard and then wait for that late finish and then maybe walk it in. That was a good effort.
It really was a good effort. I wouldn't have thought of that, but that's fine.
There we go, Karen. I was correct. I knew exactly who it was. Youpie was quite the character. I have watched several games from Les Ecos de Montréal and Le Stade Olympique.
Yes, and Rusty Staub.
Indeed, I watched the Phillies play there. It was quite the thing, and that's where I got a taste for Molson export beer. At the time when I went, beer was $2.50 Canuck, and
which is like $1.25
and it was like 2-1 at that point. So
yes.
I was having a good time. Indeed, red does have hammer, so this is the final skip rock for Caitlin Statkus. She is looking to cover this up. I'm pretty sure she is happy just having this be a single.
Yeah, I don't mind hitting that one on the outside of the forefoot here, Dave, and don't give him anything to possibly get multiple points here.
There we go, Jeff. We have your guess. And we're joined by our favorite garden gnome, Pat Jolly.
Get on the microphone. Get in on this.
Hey, happy to be here watching some really, really good games here. That's in line, so I don't know.
Don't worry about it.
All right, we got our favorite Philly curler right now, the wife of the Piper.
Oh, yeah. It's quite an honor to be married to a Piper.
He knows how to work his pipe.
Did he lay the pipe? Did he practice his pipes last night?
As a matter of fact, he did not, because he was in a St. Patty's Day parade all day. So he was a little tired, but he did practice a little bit here in the parking lot. And then he asked me if I would come out and tune his pipes, and I, of course, said yes. And I came back into the club. I was a little flushed, but I think it was the wind. I'm just going to leave it at that.
You do still smell like that cigarette, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You can tune a pipe, but you can't tune a fish.
You know what? That's true. It's absolutely true.
Okay, so now here we have the final stone in the fifth end. This is the hammer for Broomstones. They think the weight is all there, so now it's all about the line. They're on for the line. The skip says, get off of it.
Again, Dave, what is all there?
There you go, because it's coming through.
Nah, you got to play the tick here.
It's coming through.
All right, so here it comes. It's settling on into the house. If it gets a
through
little
the
tick, it needed a little tick.
Close.
Needed just a little tick, so
did.
it will be a single, a score 1 for Broomstones. And after 5 ends, it is 7-2 in favor of Broomstones. So, as long promised, let me give you that update around the barn here.
Let's go, Dave. Let's give us some up-to-town scores.
Well, here it goes. On sheet A, it is Julie Jadlowski's rank with a 6-4 advantage. Ellen Lynch did take 3 in the fifth end, so that game has tightened up significantly. It will be Bucks County with a hammer in the sixth end. They are sitting 1 at the moment, and they are on Vice Rocks. Looking over at sheet C, we have a 5-3 advantage. It has been, let's see here, Albany in the lead, but Plainfield has been chipping away that lead with a score of 1 and then back-to-back steals to cut the gap down to 2.
And on D, that game's starting to come back a little bit here too, Dave.
Yeah, it was Kim Cooper from Philadelphia flying out after 4 to an 8-2 lead, but it was 2 more taken back in the fifth end by Trela of Plainfield, which brings that game a little bit more back into reach. And that is our tour around the barns. And right now, the comeback kids from Broomstones are taking a shot at trying to find their way back into this. But it will be Plainfield Curling Club and Caitlin Statkus in her rink with the hammer. They will have the last stone in end number 6.
You'll have to do it like Channel. You'll have to do it like Channel 12.
Oh, sweaty balls.
What?
Oh, dear Lord. We're not doing the PBS joke.
Did they hear that? Did they hear that?
Yo, everybody heard that.
All right, in case you didn't hear that, she didn't say sweaty balls.
Sweaty balls.
God bless you, Pat.
And we are about to do the PBS segment as parodied.
Now we're banned from the FCC forever.
We were as parodied by Alec Baldwin on SNL, where he played Mark Shreddy and talked about his sweaty balls. And we thank Pat Jolly for that.
And thank you, Pat Jolly, for getting off the mic.
And as we fade that one down.
And who doesn't like Pat Jolly? She's one of the greatest curlers to hang out with, and Broomstones from Philly.
Absolutely. And as much as we would like to hear from Mark Schweddy and talking about my balls that come from a secret Schweddy family recipe.
All right, Dave. You're down 5. It's the 6th end. How do you play this end?
I would have put up 2 center guards.
Yeah, you know what? That's the problem. You want to attack, but you can't attack. You got to attack with your last 4 stones. It's the back end that makes the scoring.
Right. So, unfortunately, the guards are on the side of the sheet, which actually does favor Plainfield here. You want to have those guards more towards the center. In general, the conventional wisdom is when you do not have hammer, you want to try to control the center and throw those guards outside of the house.
Again, and David, when you are up 5, you don't want guards.
You don't want anything. Every rock is bad.
Yeah.
When you're
so
up.
at that point in time, you want something either tee or behind the tee, or park it in the barn. So, yeah, I don't want guards, period, when I'm up 5. The good thing is I'm never up 5, so.
That is correct.
And Karen can admit to that.
Well, my partner in many beers and Donald is much like many weathermen in the Philadelphia area. They forecast 6 to 8 inches, but very rarely deliver more than 3 to 6.
Hi-oh. I got 3 children, Dave. How many do you have?
I've been careful.
Oh, I love this guy. This guy is awesome. All right, so this is the end of the game. I mean, you either get into this game or
you really do need a steal here right now,
yeah,
and you need to steal. And I think you need to steal 2. I don't think stealing 1 is enough.
Again, Dave, I've never been in an A final, but I've been in a final where you feel like you haven't had control of the game. This is the end where you figure, do I shake or do I come back and play?
Well, I think it being the A final, you're going to play this till you're running out of stones.
Sometimes you're just worn out.
This is the only game these teams have played today.
That's true.
I could see that, because especially for the C event finals that are happening on sheet A, these guys are, well, they have to be feeling it right now.
The 3 games in a row. And you know what? There are people who are saying that, yeah, the front end is worn out, but sometimes as a skip, you're mentally worn out because you've been thinking every shot. You start getting a little tired. You start like doubting yourself.
You have to keep that focus. That focus can be quite difficult. And
yeah, you're not sweeping, you're not doing it, but you are trying to mentally rule the game, run the sheet, basically.
Speaking about the C final on sheet A, it is Julie Jedlowski sitting 1 stone on the button and coming down with the hammer, the last stone. Well, there's not much of a way in there for a second one. She's going to try to raise up her own. So they're going to get 1 for sure, and we'll see if they can raise a second. On our featured game, it is Plainfield sitting 2. Now there are 3 guards up for triangle, Broomstones rather.
Close enough. That's about 600 miles away, but that's fine.
Yeah, you know what, 600 miles amongst friends?
Hey, nothing.
So on sheet A, Jesus Christ, Mark. My partner just basically walked off the broadcast booth with his headset. He's off to the little broadcaster's room. There's a very nice draw. From Sarah Mogul. Now that's one of those feel-good stories of the Bonspiel, because Sarah actually is a skip of the team from Finger Lakes, who has been subbing throughout the Bonspiel for Plainfield. So it's really been a good show of the spirit of curling, because we had a member fall ill on the Plainfield rink. So here comes the first Vice Rock for Broomstone, Kristen Glyenhall. Coming down with it now. It will still be 3 Plainfield Stones counting. So Caitlin prefers a guard. I prefer bourbon. So straight back and at least 28 ounces lighter is my partner, Many Beers O'Donnell.
That was definitely a trip to the bathroom. And what's the count going up to, Dave? Is anybody keeping up to count?
Well, you know, the guesses have come in, and I'm going to let you know if we have a winner at the end of this end. Now, once again, you are eligible to do it. Now, I called it about the middle of the 5th end, and we have been, I had announced the number of beers earlier in our second draw of the morning that my partner had. And since then, every beer he's opened has been audible on the webcast quite distinctly.
That would have been fun.
So get your guesses in. We have just a couple more rocks to do it. You'll get a fine piece of Bucks County swag if you can nail it.
Dave, I might actually pay for the Zamboni free pin if they can win that.
And the Zamboni free pin as well. That's a limited edition pin.
That is a limited edition pin.
Absolutely. We only made 500 of them.
And we gave out about 475.
Yeah, there's very few left. I don't even know if I have one right now.
There's a bag of them in that room.
Yeah, but we sold a whole lot of them.
Like maybe I will not get a Zamboni free pin. I have one in my bag right now.
Yeah, so Mark, when we went to Dedicate on March 27, 2015, we did celebrate with a new club pin. It's a Zamboni with the no smoking symbol over it. And all you have to do is guess the number of beers that my partner has had.
Well, broadcast.
Well, throughout the morning.
Now, technically, morning was last night.
No, we're counting like the actual one. Okay, we have the guests from Mark Steinhofer. We got the guests from Gianna Stapleton.
It's not a bad guess.
They just don't know you well enough.
They don't. It's not a bad guess. They just don't know me enough.
So here we go. Robin Gustafson, Skip Broomstones Curling Club, is looking to start a bit of a comeback here now.
I don't know what's going in front of us right now, but I see 4 hoofs and someone put her head down in between the 4 hoofs.
We currently have a nose and a unicorn's crotch.
Yeah, you know what? Whatever gets you through the day, that's fine.
Oh, sorry, it's a My Little Pony.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so right now it is a draw. This draw's going to come down to backing, and here we are.
Deal. After all that, it ain't a pony anymore, it's a horse.
Oh, dear Lord. Okay, that one hits and sits for B-Shot Stone, and it looks like Caitlin's calling the guard here, but I just whacked the redstone right now.
Yeah, I would too, Dave. You know what? Hey, whatever she feels comfortable with right now. She's controlling the game, so.
Yeah, I would definitely be whacking that right now. We got the guess from Nancy and a guess from Laura.
Yeah, no.
You can't tell them they're wrong.
I'm just saying they might be high, they might be low.
Who knows? It's like the clock game on Price is Right.
Yeah, yodelay, 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 yodelay.
That's cliffhangers. Come on.
Well, either one.
Get your Price is Right correct.
Well, I don't sit at home and watch this shit, Dave. I have to give a shout out to the heckle bench. You can hear them on the live stream out on the ice.
Right now, a big brush over on sheet D, and it was just a little bit short. So,
it looks like Philly's in control of that game right now. And again, we're...
Oh, and I, with my last update, I was like completely off. It is actually Plainfield with the lead of 8-4. I flipped my colors there, so I apologize. It was 8-4 Plainfield over Philadelphia right now after 5. Sorry about that, or in Canadian. Sorry.
Either one is equal distance from our club, I think. Well, no, I guess Plainfield's a little further away from us.
And we have a good shot by Caitlin, and Caitlin removes that stone. And they are sitting 1, 2, and 3, and it is Plainfield with hammer, the last stone. So, 4 Broomstones right now. I think a draw under cover is what you have to do.
Yeah, you have to. You give yourself a puncher's chance right now.
You get one. Oh, you know, I see the dollar sign, so I will accept that as a valid guess mark. Because up there he had a little dollar sign.
Oh, I've been to the bathroom many times.
Up there he had the little dollar sign, so it makes it. You know, I think he may have been trying to guess that.
How?
That's plausible. I'll give you that.
I have been to the little broadcaster's room many times during this broadcast.
That's why I drink vodka. That, you know, vodka and bourbon.
Yeah.
I can sit here.
I used to drink vodka as well, Dave.
Then you had to do that 3 to 6 for B&E.
Yeah, you got to sweep it, girls. It's gonna. You got to.
No, you don't sweep it. That's
You
got
do.
some room to work. No.
Yeah, you want.
No, this is lovely.
Okay, all right.
All right, you believe me now, buddy?
I do believe you, buddy.
Okay, good.
Thus, I will always agree with my skip here. Dave Schmel.
Many beers and I have played many a game together.
You were actually my instructor to learning the curl.
Indeed, I was, and
with your handle of bourbon.
I believe you were initially enamored to curling, based on the fact that I was well broomstacked while teaching that course.
There's another one.
That's unofficial, guys, but it is another one. So now Caitlin is facing one stone of the opponent. It is currently right now a stolen rock for Broomstones. They're trying to claw their way back into this A final of the 2019 Elizabeth Childs Challenge here at the Bucks County Curling Club.
This is where actually 10 ends would actually benefit you, but
we're playing 8.
You're only playing 8 here. They're on it. You don't. Yeah, well, let's see what's going to happen.
Right now, here it goes. They're coming down, and here comes the stone. Now it's starting to curl.
Oh.
The question is, does it have the weight? It looks
Yeah,
like the line is there. Now the weight's there.
If you can drag
to
this
sweep
stone,
it
it's
down.
a great
You got to
shot.
sweep it down, and
That
yes,
is a great
indeed,
shot.
you have the draw
That
for
is a
one.
great shot.
And it is a score of 1 for Plainfield, and it will make it 8-2.
If you're a Plainfield fan right now, that was a great shot.
Absolutely nice draw and a good team shot. A great line call by Justin Muscat.
We have a bunch of Plainfield people here. They're celebrating. I think one of them took their pants off. They're running naked in the warm room.
Sarah and Melanie with a great sweep on that one. So now, let's take an update since we just completed the 6th end here on the A event.
Let's go to the sheet 8.
On sheet A, the C event final mark. It is a score of 1 for Bucks County and Jolie Jedlowski. They have a 7-4 lead over Ellen Lynch and Plainfield.
You know, you used to say Bert always gets a pin, but I'm starting to think that Patty always gets a pin.
Well, your sister's a better curler than you, Mark. What can I say?
Yeah, you know what? I got to admit it. It's probably right.
And over on sheet C, it was a score of 1 for Red. And Wagner from Albany, with questionable decisions, has the, well, and indeed a steal just posted. So a further update is now 7-3 in favor of Albany. And on sheet D, it is a 9-4 advantage for Panic of the T-Line and Contrela from Plainfield over Kim Cooper from Philadelphia.
How are we doing on sheet D, Dave?
I just did sheet D.
Okay. Congratulations.
It was good for everyone.
Yeah, that's a Philly club that I thought would have been a little bit more competitive right now.
I mean, they are in the D finals, so they, you know,
Yeah.
they both of these teams have earned their druthers through this Bonspiel.
They have earned their druthers, or their others.
Looking over the heckle benches, Mary Fannin is holding a sign that says "Quiet, please," which is terribly ironic.
If you're on the heckle bench.
And if you know Mary Fannin.
There's a joke somewhere there, Dave, and I will not mention it. Yeah, exactly.
Have to be careful.
I don't.
You're Irish, she comes to the territory.
Yes. Okay, so we're back on the main sheet here on sheet B. They're chipping away, apparently, and guards are your friends right now.
Yeah, so right now the first 2 stones were thrown in by Plainfield, and that's a great strategy because right now your opponent needs to have guards, so you're going to throw them in, and if you keep on throwing them in, you're going to necessitate a triple or some other type of exotic takeout.
So, Dave,
I apologize. I meant to say Justine. I realized after I said it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Anne-Marie.
Dave, so as a skip, like you want guards from your first 4 shots and let your back end to make the counters. And here's the problem: if you're chasing them ones in the house, you're not going to score multiples.
Yep. So, with our contest closed.
Oh, wait a minute. We have something with a Heart Mary Fannin.
Everybody loves Mary Fannin.
Everybody loves Mary Fannin. No one likes Jim Fannin.
Well, Jimmy's okay, but Mary makes baked goods.
She does me, and she's a nurse, and she can not only feed you, but can heal you.
Absolutely so. The correct answer for the number of beers that Many Beers has had during the broadcast today, for when I closed it in the 5th end of this game, is 16. 16 beers was the correct answer. Unfortunately, we don't have an exact winner.
I don't even know if anybody's close. They were all over the place.
We had 14. Mark Steinhofer came the closest with 14. And now, since then, we've added a couple more. You've heard them over the broadcast. So we're up to a total of 18 for Many Beers O'Donnell, because he truly does drink many beers.
And I have probably a couple more before this game's over.
Indeed. So here comes the shot. Shot the double takeout. It's only going to get the one. And it will still be 1 stone. Yeah, I fixed that over there. Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, I fixed that over on D.
Yeah, we're stupid sometimes.
Yeah.
It happens. It happens. So it looks like the front row is a little sullen, but I think they should drink a little bit more down there. You know what? Maybe some karma will help their team if they would drink a little more down the front row.
Yes, as sheet D is indeed.
I see a little bit of Irish glasses going on. Slow and steady, they're saying.
To that.
Yeah. Fast and finish is what my motto is.
No, but sheet D is Kim Trela from Plainfield winning there. I got my colors wrong on my initial right.
Oh, so on sheet C you would mispronounce the who's.
Oh no, that was B. I quickly looked at it and said Justin as opposed to Justine, so I apologize for that.
Oh, sorry.
We have 81 viewers now.
Hey, thank you all 80, because I'm actually one of them. So thank you all 80 for tuning in right now. And remember, support your local clubs for curling. And obviously you're watching this, you are a curler, so.
You're a curler or a friend of curling.
And there is a celebration in the front row right now. Things are happening. They're blowing up things we don't even want to know. Things are becoming exciting. I don't know what's going on right now. They're doing the wave. It might be a ripple, but it looks like a wave. It's going on right now. We got Harry Potter glasses going on right now.
And in the 7th end of the A final, which is what some people actually tuned in to watch.
Yes.
It is 2.
We lost 6 viewers.
We lost 6 viewers that quick. Way to go, buddy.
Well, hey, that's how I take out viewers.
So it is 2 red stones right now for Broomstones in the house. And
thank you, Gianna. Bucks is happy to have you watching.
So right now, Robin's trying to get something going. She does have 2 ends to score 6 stones. All you have to do is get tied, because you do get to play an extra end.
Exactly. You know what, Dave? You just chip away, get it in there. You never know what happens. The next end, you might score 4.
Well, with the hammer right now, I think you can try to score 4 now and maybe try to steal 2 back. The line's really good on this one. It's all about the weight right now. The sweepers are watching it, they're judging it, and now they feel pretty confident. It is by the guard, and it is going to be a nice draw.
That's a fine shot. And if you listen to the crowd right now, they're oh, they're happy. Oh, they're happy.
So there's 3 stones in the house right now for Broomstones. Who would ever think that I was a straight man on a broadcast?
And her delivery right now, She's been confident the entire. She's been steady with delivery all day long.
There's a running tally. Yeah.
Oh, there's cowbells ringing right now. Yeah, that was a fine shot.
A nice shot by Kirsten there.
Dave, right now, I would actually peel that guard. Dave, I would peel that guard. Yes.
That is going to be the call right now because that was a beautiful draw. And as much as you want to try to protect the situation, the issue is once you peel this guard, you're going to allow them a shot to rifle one through there.
Well, yeah, that's what happens. You pick your poison.
And they are going to elect to work on that later. You're in a tough spot right now. You're down 6, so it's you're coming up with the least bad of options right now.
Trying to draw. Okay, I'll take that.
That is the call right now. Is a call to draw. That's coming down, and that will draw and be the shot stone. That is a very lovely draw. And it is locked on there pretty good now.
We got a wave going again.
And there goes the wave now. So right now that's good for the single, and Caitlin's going to come down and throw her first skip stone.
Dave, how about an update on the other sheets right now?
Well, on sheet A, it was a score of 1.
It got close on sheet A.
Yep, so Joy Jadlowski and Bucks County Curling Club has the hammer up 2 against Ellen Lynch. She did score 1 in the 7th. And right now, Pat, I curl better than my brother many beers, O'Donnell.
Go suck it.
Is throwing a control weight hit right now on the shot stone. Jolie calling for a sweep, and it looks like it's going to be a nice hit. So they are up 2, coming home with hammer, a pretty good place to be.
She's deadly, isn't she?
Yep.
Yeah, she is a front-end player that you would like to have on your team.
Absolutely. And the first skip rock coming down from Caitlin Statkus, and it appears to be a very nice draw. It's coming down. They're going to try to sweep it right down to be on the corner. It comes up just a little bit light. So it is Broomstones saying the 1, 2, 3 belongs to Plainfield. On sheet C, it was a steal of 1 for Albany, and they have a 4-point lead coming home.
Dave, do you like the hit here? I like the hit here.
Well,
yeah, as much as you need, I like the hit here.
okay, so let me tell you, ultimately, you see all those red stones you have in the house. If you hit this one, that's a great start. Now, the key is you're going to have to do something to get rid of that one that's on just behind the tee line in the 4-foot.
There is a gap on the outside to get to that blue one.
Well, it may be there that way for the chip, or you may be able to run the blue in. Yes, running the wrong color in, and kind of chip it out that way. So, but first things first.
Gotta hit the blue.
We need to make this one first.
And I think she's very confident making this one. She came right down to the hat and feeling very confident.
Oh yeah, Robin knows exactly what she wants to throw here. She's throwing, calling ice for.
She's calling normal ice here.
Yeah, it's about normal weight.
Calling normal weight, and yeah, it's kind of normal. Yeah, you got to get on it.
Okay, so here
Got to get on it.
So here comes it sweeping. It's coming on down.
Oh, you got to get on it.
No, they're past the first guard. They do have the shot. Now, where does the roll go? It comes on over. It's going to skitter out of the house.
That doesn't matter.
Hell, it doesn't, but...
No, it doesn't. It's on the house. You had to make that shot. Hey, Cassie's here.
So right now, it's still, the situation's unchanged. It's improved a little bit because now the draw path is there for 2. There might be a little more exotic shot available for possibly 5. But right now, Caitlin can take all that away with a good draw.
Yeah, Dave, this is where you break the back of the opponent if you make a great draw right now.
Well, the exotic shot right now, if assuming nothing were to happen, would be to throw a shot with about normal weight and take out the blue stone on the back of the forefoot, because it is visible. You can only see a sliver, but that's all you need to hit. And that is a very light guard. So right now you have 2 options.
The guard wasn't the call here.
Well,
they weren't going to draw it. You got to hit that blue to sit.
What blue? Okay. Well, anyway, so this is the final stone of the final stone of the 7th end for red, and you have 2 options, and they are calling the draw. Now, there is an extremely.
Dave, you can sit for 6.
Well, you can't sit for 6. You can hit and roll out for 6, for 5.
No, I think you can actually.
There's no way. Okay, stop looking at the monitor and look at the sheet. There's no.
You're full of sheet. Dave, they can get back in this game real quick right here.
Simultaneously at the Bucks County Curling.
Okay, so right now the call is for a draw.
No.
Now, and we do have handshakes on sheet C. And in the B event, it is Wagner from Albany, who are our B event champions. Congratulations to them. And also a good effort from Moore and the Plainfield rank. So now here comes it down that final draw, and you need to have a piece of the button. Got to get past that guard first. You got to go. You got to hurry. And oh, you're on the guard, and it will only be a single. And it's going to leave it to be a 5-point advantage for Plainfield coming home.
Dave, do you like that call?
Well, I want to call the crazy shot.
Yeah, I'd like chipping that blue out.
Now, the shooter goes away there. There's no way that actually.
I'm thinking possibly a jam with a heavy draw and might stick in for 6. All right, so even if you lose the shooter, it's 5.
It's 5, right? The shot was there for 5.
I really love that call.
It was hard as hell for 5, but it was there.
And what happened? You either get one or you get, that's what I'm saying. You got to make that shot. You got to try it.
Absolutely. So here.
Hey, Monica's here.
Monica Lynn is here, and you guys now have the current count on many beers.
Are we up to that yet? It ain't over yet, Dave.
And he'll be back in 2-2, as Chuck Wooler would say. So coming home in the final end here, this first stone really needed to be a guard.
Yeah, that's a little strong.
It's going to be
still staying in the house. That might actually maybe help him. No, I don't even think it's helping him. I think it's out of help. Thank you, Monica.
Deb and Charlotte, I agree. You had to go with that shot. Just from, you could, obviously you were watching on the live stream. Just looking at it in person.
You had to go for it.
Yeah,
That's how you get back in the game.
There was about half an inch of the rock available. It was going to be really tough all day, but You make it, you score 5.
It can be beat on this ice. Hey,
You know, it would have been ridiculously difficult, but
I've seen you make that shot.
don't think I made that.
You would have made that shot.
I would have tried that shot.
Well, if you were sober, you would have made that shot.
No, I definitely would not have made that shot sober.
They are shaking on A. It looks like a Bucks win. A Bucks win on C.
Okay, on sheet A, we do indeed. In the C event final, it is the Bucks County Curling Club. We don't clap for the heckle bench people. We wait for the actual participants.
I'm actually clapping for the heckle bench people. Heckle bench.
So, congratulations to Julie Jedlowski from Bucks County Curling Club.
A hell of a run today. 3 in a row.
Sweet childs of mine going through the rat race of the C event. Anybody who's played one of these crazy bonspiels know that the C event sucks.
And I know she didn't have much sleep because she was at my holy last night till 12:30.
Absolutely, it was a good thing. So congratulations to them, and also a very fine weekend for Ellen Lynch and her team from Triangle. Always a pleasure to have the Triangle Curling Club in the house.
Yes. Shut up, Bert.
I don't want to hear anything about Pat O'Donnell anymore. I'm done with Pat O'Donnell.
Applause in the war room, congratulating the participants from Sheet A. The winning rig from Bucks County and the C event finalists from Triangle, skipped by Ellen Lynch. A great weekend by all of them.
That was a secret one.
Yep.
Good job.
So right now the shot coming down from Broomstones, it appears,
job, Dickie.
I think it's a little bit heavy out of their hand.
So we're down to two sheets playing right now, Dave.
That is correct. We do have the A event final still going on. A 5-stone advantage right now for Plainfield over Broomstones.
It is Penn State, Jim.
And on sheet D, in the D event final, it was a score of 2 by Kim Cooper, and now to the interwebs, we do have it correct. It is currently 9-6 in favor of Kim Trela from Plainfield. They're trying to close out this game. Sorry about that earlier mix-up. A nice little tap back by Plainfield here, removes a stone, and right now they are in stone reduction mode.
So we're down to the last end. They need to score 4, right, Dave?
Probably closer to 5 there, buddy. Just going with 8 minus 3.
I'm looking at 7 right here. Oh, yeah, I didn't see the 6. The skip was standing in front of us. So they need the 5. So now you just run around. So, yeah, thank you, Dave, for pointing that out.
No problem. I'm here for you, buddy. They don't call him the best color commentator in curling for nothing.
They don't, and no one should.
Still waiting for the first. So, the call there from Broomstones to hit, and
you got to hit this stone. You're just eliminating points right now.
See, the front row was clapping for that, but
the front row might be a little inebriated. Oh, that might be, I don't know what the hell that ridiculous.
A draw probably would have been preferable there because you want to leave a lot of rocks in play.
Yeah, I would just hit this stone. I wouldn't come down with a draw here. Just eliminate points, Dave, right?
Oh, absolutely. You want to get rid of the enemy stones. Red stones are not your friends right now.
Right now, you're in the 8th end. You're seeing the trophy in front of you. You're just waiting to...
And it is a brand new trophy.
It is a brand new trophy for the Childs.
Absolutely. The Childs has a brand new trophy.
That's a hell of a shot.
And, you know, it is now, the trophy is now a large urn, or vase, if you like. Well, for the senior event, we call it an urn because, well, that.
Dave, you'll be a senior soon.
but this, for this event, we'll call it a large pottery vase. It's quite nice. Very nice. The former Child's Challenge was a perpetual plaque.
And what happened to that, Dave?
Well, I don't know, but I would hope that they would update the new trophy with the past winners. That would be good form, I would think.
Yeah, here's the problem here. You're doing a hit. They're just going to hit you out. They're going to run you out of stones here, Dave.
No, you should never be hitting right now, but...
And they're doing the hit, and she's probably going to flash out as well.
And there it goes, and they are now out of stones.
I think we have now announced the champions right now.
Well, we'll wait for the actually to happen.
I think they're going to shake. You can count. We can count. We all can count.
We've already established that you can't.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying.
People can count.
I can count. You can count.
So we are throwing a stone. There are a grand total of 4 red stones available for play right now, and the deficit is 5.
Well, now technically they have 1 in the house.
And I'm counting the 3 that are yet to be played.
They have 4 left.
I can count.
I can't count. They should shake.
Well, we should have a handshake coming shortly.
Mary, shut up.
If you don't have any cookies, leave.
Yeah, if you ain't cooking for us, we don't like you. We like man whore better. No, we'll never say we don't like Mary over man whore.
All right, Mark. It was Bucks County winning on sheet A.
You just got eliminated. So this is it right here. This is the game.
Yep. Well, on sheet A, the C final was Bucks County, and on sheet C, it was Albany over Plainfield. And on sheet D, it's still 2 to be determined. And
here you go. This is the game, folks.
And on sheet B, the winners of the 2019 Elizabeth Childs Challenge will be Statkus from Plainfield soon.
Yes, soon. Unless something stupid happens where a rock comes out of the house.
Like, this is where you need, like, that power card and you get one really big rock.
Yes. I can throw them in the opposite hack.
Yes, let's go shopping instead.
Martha's hard? What?
Math is hard.
Oh, math is hard.
And that's 5 times if you haven't been counting at home. That's how many times I slapped my partner upside the head. So the D event final is still going on sheet D, and we are on skip rocks right now over there. It is Kim Cooper who needs to score 3 to tie it, and she is sitting 1 in the house, possibly 2. It's really kind of close. And this is her first skip stone.
This could, mathematically on sheet D, it could happen.
Yes, it could. It could happen. Yes.
Mathematically on sheet D,
math is hard.
It's not going to happen.
It's all right. We don't have a draw coming on behind us.
You play your last stones.
Little, not 100% sure what was going on there. Kim's shot came down onto a blue stone and raised the blue through the house. And here we have a Red Rock just about out of the house.
They're looking, they're searching.
And they're not shaking. So once again, we're just playing out the string right here. And
hey, anytime we're on longer than we should be, Dave, it's a good thing. And Dave, there might be a final count coming up soon. There's still an unopened one.
Oh, the final count. Now it was 16 for the purposes of our contest. The pace has slowed slightly, folks.
It has. I'm getting older.
So Caitlin Statkus from Plainfield.
Put it in the barn.
She's going to try to draw the button. That is the call.
Yeah, why not? Why not, dude?
Why not do a 360?
To like explode a rock to get 5? Like, I don't know what's going on here, Chris.
Good commentary there by our
one of our fine ice crew and
commentators, Chris Mahoney. He's questioning as to why we're playing this out, but
well, it is the finals, and we're on longer if we can keep broadcasting.
No big, we're here anyway.
The warm room is somewhat excited about that shot. It's the last shot. Broomstones is happy. They're on their feet. They're making noise right now. They think they can do it. They can count. We don't know if they can count it all, but they're making noise. And they're wishing that stone to get in. Wish that stone to get in. Wish that stone to get in. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Make that stone count.
So over on sheet D, I'm taking a look over that for you right now. I'm not going to call that game because it still means something. It is 1 for Kim Cooper for sure. Really tight for second stone. And this is the last stone for Kim Cooper.
I think it's going to be working out for them. And they just lost by 2. Damn it. We want to hear from Broomstones again.
And there we go. We have handshakes. And officially, we have the final score
Elizabeth Childs is now over.
for the A event final for the 2019 Elizabeth Childs Challenge. And the winner is Team Statkus from Plainfield. Congratulations to Caitlin Statkus, Justine Maskus, Super Sub Sarah Mogul, and Melanie Walters. And also to the A event runner-up Robin Gustafson, Kristen Glyenhall, Francesca Simon, and Aaron, their lead. A great run and a very entertaining time by both of them, and well-deserved applause by both of them coming off.
They're exhausted, but you know what? There can only be one winner. There can only be one loser.
That's correct. So right now we do have one more final going. And
on sheet D over here.
We are on the skip rocks of sheet D, and Kim Cooper.
I don't even know we'll be broadcasting right now because it usually shuts off.
It shuts off when we shut it off.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, now we're broadcasting.
So right now, Kim Cooper is sitting 1 and likely 2.
Wow, this is coming down to this is coming down to it over here.
There is a 2 high center guards, 3 red Philadelphia stones surrounding the house. 2 of them are counting, and 1 blue biter. And now the rock is away, and Gretchen is calling for the sweep.
They're on it hard. They're on it hard. They're sweeping hard.
The call is to come down and tap
they're on it hard. They're on it hard.
One of their rocks and sit a total of 3. The stone is coming down. It is by the first one. It's going to raise their own red rock in, and indeed they are sitting 3. So it was a fantastic raise to sit 3.
But they're celebrating with the skip as another shot.
That's right. So,
you know what, Dave, I've been there. You don't want to celebrate because they have another shot here.
it was a very fine shot made. So now the opportunity to answer comes for Kim Triella and Plainfield.
Yeah, you got
They-
just smack something here, right?
Well, as you look at it, Mark, there are a lot of guards in play right now. There is the high center guard. I know looking is hard right now and you're blind. I understand that. There is a high center guard. And we have applause for the A event winners as they come into the warm room here at the K&J Magnetics warm room here at the Bucks County Curling Club. A fine competition amongst a record 40 teams. And some of the crowd comes to their feet. Very happy for that team from Plainfield. A hearty congratulations to them. And now we are coming down to that final stone on sheet D. You can't see it, but right now the call is to tap their own stone in to
I agree with this, Dave.
at least cut it down. So right now, the counting Philadelphia stones, one is just touching the 8-foot circle and one is full 12, and one is halfway in the 12-foot. So all you need to do right now
barely
is
touch your blue.
you've got to just about get in there. And now the stone is away.
They're not on it, so
The pressure right
now
now.
they're on it now.
They're with it and they're on their way down. Stone is halfway down the sheet now, approaching the near hog line. The blue stone's coming down.
Oh,
It is approaching.
The weight is good. The weight is good.
Oh, but it is on the red stone of Philadelphia. So now we need
We're
to.
going to an extra end at the Childs, folks.
I think we need to take a look for a second, buddy.
They're kicking it out. We're going extra end.
And it will be an extra end.
One more. Kristen, get over here. Park it.
It will be an extra end. It is indeed a
Dave, one more end. What do you do?
that is what we reported there, Tom. Absolutely.
Dave, we have extra curling. The problem is no one can see this right now.
Lots of vodka with a little mixer.
All right, so for the 62 that are still watching, you cannot watch this anymore, but we can actually telecast this.
I'll give you a good radio broadcast here. This is going to probably require my partner to step on me just a little bit less.
Yeah, I'm pretty drunk right now, Dave.
For those of you at home, it's 20, and he had a few before the broadcast.
I didn't stop from last night.
Okay. My partner is quite Irish.
In name and length.
If you take a look at his Facebook page, that's Many Beers O'Donnell on Facebook. You'll see a great Irish jig which he performed yesterday.
Yes, I did do a great Irish, and I put the headband on. I think about it all year, how I'm going to top it up.
He turns into a complete Michael Flatley.
Oh, I am Michael Flatley. So. All right, what's going on here with the live chat? I have no idea because I can't read right now.
I got it handled, partner. Don't worry about it.
You know what? As much as I like an extra end, I love the excitement of skip stones.
Be careful of that.
Thank you.
That's what they said before.
Well, I'm going to take a little bit of little curl break here.
So we're set up for some bonus curling here at the Bucks County Curling Club in the D event finals. Once again, the A event winners was Plainfield and the Statkus rink. Congratulations to Caitlin Statkus and her team. And we have a brief delay. It appears that both skips have visited the little skips room. Getting ready for this ninth end is no problem because our games are completely untimed. We find ourselves tied at 9 after 8 ends. And it will be coming down to a 9th and deciding end. And Kim Cooper has emerged from the little skips room. Everybody's making their way back. They all took a little break. Hopefully they took a little shot. Cheers. Oh, a broom drop from Kim there. And even though they dropped it.
Oh my God, that was incredible. He's like, wait a minute. You know who my sister was? Yes.
So right now, Jeannie Moylan from Philadelphia is throwing the first rock of the extra end. The call is to be a centerline guard. Now, with the score tied, it will be hammer to Plainfield in the 9th end.
Dave, so you played in an extra end in your time. How do you play this? Are you aggressive or are you?
Well, it's right now if you're Kim Cooper and you need a steal, you are throwing guard upon guard upon guard, and that one, unfortunately, was not a guard. It did slide into the back of the house, and if you are Plainfield, really, you just need to keep this kind of clean so you have a draw for the end.
Yeah, if you have a hammer, you have to control this end.
Absolutely. Thank you, Zach. We enjoyed the interplay with you back and forth here. One of our more active chatters. Shut up, many beers.
Not saying a word, Dave. Not saying a word.
So now this stone is actually a center guard coming from Plainfield, not necessarily the intended call.
But Dave, when you have a big lead and you give it up, that's the problem. How do you play this?
Well, it can start to be a little bit frustrating because you find yourself to start to be pressing a little bit.
You basically gave up a lot of points in the last ends of the game.
Yeah, and it's something that definitely can be frustrating. Now, the second rock from Jeannie Moylan, called to be a guard, did also come in to be in the 8-foot circle. So right now, the call from Kim Trela from Plainfield is to get that Shiznet out of here. So right now it is 2 stones in the house, one top of the 8-foot and one back of the 12-foot for Philadelphia, both just on the right side of the tee line. Coming down with the shot is the call for the hit. They're on it. She says all the way. I'm going to bring up, with only one game in the house, we're going to bring up the ambient noise mic here a little bit. We can hear the skips a little bit better.
Well, Dave, I would think you would try to draw under right now.
I think it's too early for that, Mark. I think you had to.
Still do guards?
I think you still need more guards.
Okay.
I think, all you need is one stone. You only need one stone only.
You don't control the end, so yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you don't need to do this yet.
Well,
we've had way better pictures than that, and that's the one you choose. We've had way better pictures than that, and that's the one you choose.
Well, here's the deal, Dave. If you're a little strong with the guard, maybe you can draw on it. So.
Well, that's possible, and now that folks have gotten down in front, I can sit down as opposed to standing up to try to call this.
I think this is a little outside of what you wanted to call for, and it's actually going to be T-line weight. Oh, that's not what she wanted.
Yes, indeed, this stone From
actually back.
Yeah, from Kristen Lott falls to the back of the 8-foot. So it is Philadelphia setting the shot stone. It is, however, in the back of the 8-foot. Philadelphia sitting 1. The second rock does belong to Plainfield, and the third stone belongs to Philadelphia. But all those stones mean nothing right now because just one stone is all that's needed.
Yeah, I mean, I'm Plainfield smacking on you. I don't like to draw down to you can miss a draw.
Well, the draw down to it is actually going to make a situation where you have a lot more backing.
Yes.
And once you have more backing, that now Kim is going to be able to freeze this stuff. So right now, the house as we look at it, there is a blue 2-guard. The Bluestones are belonging to the Plainfield Curling Club. There's a blue 2-guard on the center line. A blue shot just touching the center line at the intersection of the 8-foot in front of the tee line. And then behind the tee line, there are staggered stones, blue, red, and red. So shot stone, for the moment, belonging to Plainfield, but a very freezable pocket available for Kim Cooper.
And we lost half of Rouge.
Well, yeah, I mean, really only the people who care about this game are going to be listening. I'm okay with that. I'm not offended.
I love the weight here, Dave. The weight looks great.
This looks really nice, and now they are on it for line.
Oh, no.
You have Gretchen and Jeannie. They are sweeping this. They are dragging it down.
Great here.
It's from the 8-foot. It is on the 4-foot.
I love that call.
It is on the top for it, and it is Philadelphia sitting the shot stone.
Again, people.
So now
the D event.
Yeah, it's a D event final. So now it is second Teak Washington with her second stone. They're debating what they're doing right now.
Hit it. Hit it.
Mark likes a hit right now.
Don't you, Dave?
Yep, making the stone go away is a good thing right now.
Bad points go away. That's how you got to look at it.
And if you hit this one, you're still sitting second behind there. Now, your blue stones that are sitting as a 2-guard in the top of the 12-foot are both problematic.
You roll out of the house. You don't want anything to lay on right now.
Absolutely. So the stone is on its way.
So you want something way on the outside, but hit the stone. I don't know if this is going to drive the stone out.
Well, here it comes. It is close to the guard. It is past.
They actually hit the guard.
It got a little redirect, and ooh,
that just hit the guard.
It did, and then it did actually push the Philadelphia rock a little closer on the button. It is not yet exposed, but right now Kim Cooper says this is the time to guard up.
Oh, you ain't kidding. You got a guard like you never guarded before. Right now.
She has a guard sitting right there on the top of the button. Sorry, a stone right in the top of the button. And now she is going to try to stack guards there for the rest of the end. And by golly, this is the Alamo, and this is what Kim is trying to defend.
I love a number 2 guard just off center right now. That looks heavy.
Okay, so they're calling 3-4. Jeannie Moylan, Kristen Lund. Watching this stone come down.
Yeah, you know what? It's actually biting in. It's actually biting in.
It's coming down the outside of the sheet with the intern.
Wow, that actually, you know what? This is not going to be a bad shot.
It's taking the curl now, and now they're going to bring in every inch for line, trying to bring in every inch they can, and they get it all the way up to the center line, and that is a fine stone right there from Philadelphia. So now as we get to the first vice rock.
Now you got to peel
for Plainfield. The way the house sets up, looking from the top to the bottom.
Got to peel, Dave.
Well, let me try to paint the picture here. We have a blue stone. We have a blue stone halfway. Then we have on the center line a red stone just offset. Another blue. The shot stone, which is fully covered underneath the Philadelphia rock. And the call is to run their own blue onto the shot rock. So they're trying to run a blue on the out-turn side. They are on it really hard for line. They are really on it. They are going to be on their top guard, but this is not necessarily the worst outcome. And
they actually pick that guard and move it out. That's not bad. That's not bad.
It did, however, double stack their stone onto their stone. So right now, the house is divided, and of course, a house divided cannot stand. Dan Pearson expected me to hit that one. So on the right-hand side, as we look at it from the warm room, we see a Philadelphia stone just nibbling the 12-foot and the shot stone on the button. Now on the left side of the house, there is a 3-guard belonging to Plainfield and a
Dave,
stone on the 8-foot.
I love a guard on the outside right now.
I believe a guard's called. This one looks a little bit wide.
Well,
so
you know what? It's starting to bite in on the outside.
Yeah, they are trying to let it work, but
it's going to work. It's going to work.
No, but it's got too much weight right now.
No, it ain't too much weight. Oh, they're going to freeze. That's fine.
Okay, so as the freeze my partner suggested, drifted all the way back to the 8-foot, so maybe just a touch too much weight.
But it ain't going to out-count the shot in the front four.
Well, and that's it. So right now you just gave another opportunity to clear a guard, and that's what you need to do right now.
You gotta peel here.
This is proof that you can't tell your players without a program. I don't have one in front of me, so it's the vice for Plainfield. And
they're on it hard. The skip is yelling hard. She wants a peel. She doesn't want anything stick in the front.
Oh,
that's a great shot.
Wow. Okay, so what just happened there, folks? And she kind of apologized to the warm room. She got a little redirect off of her 2-guard, which
and made it go in and knock the counter out.
It directed through and it got the shot stone. Now it is still Philadelphia sitting shot rock on the back of the 4-foot.
So Dave, do you draw down that back 4 or draw top 4? And if you're heavy, you draw. Yeah, exactly, right.
I draw top 4 right now.
Yeah, and if you're heavy, you come down to your back range.
Yes,
right?
I'm going to come with the intern draw, which on sheet D will be coming down towards the on the board side of the sheet.
They might be overthinking this right now, Dave.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the gap between the rocks, there's about a 1.25 gap, so you could possibly come down and hit the shot stone, but I think that the draw on the intern side's the way to go. Now,
well, here's the problem, Dave. If you're going to actually try to do a takeout here on the top 12, which they're calling, I think.
No. They're trying to assess what.
Yeah, because if they were doing that, you just draw down on top of the other stones. Just draw down on your stones. Actually, you would love top 4 if you're heavy. God forbid, you're on the back of your stones.
So, remembering again that we're doing radio as we look at the 12-foot. We're going to talk only about the significant rocks right now. We have sitting shot stone, Philadelphia, on the back of the 4-foot, just on our right side of the center line. There are 2 stones directly behind it. That stone is welded in. There is a guard just touching the 12-foot, which has shot stone fairly well buried. It should be accessible by draw. On the opposite side of the sheet, there are 2 blue rocks just off the center line, which are crossed in such a way that it makes them very difficult to use. So the call here from Kim Cooper is to draw.
Oh, no. You leave a guard right up the top 12 right now, right off the red zone.
It looked like they were looking to be around the 8-foot, so that's
yeah, the ice is a little tight for a guard. Well, they might see something we can't see, Dave, because we're like 2 sheets away.
And we have not been watching this sheet, so they've been playing it for 8 ends now, and Kim Cooper is away. So we have Kristen Lott and Jeannie Moylan on the brush. Gretchen Chachkin.
Oh, they're on it hard. They're on it hard for line.
Gretchen Chachkin calls it.
Oh, I think they're going to actually crash in that red.
Okay, right now, so it appears to be coming down. It's coming past the hog line. It's at a 2.
Yeah.
It's now in the 3 position, and this is actually not so bad because it does cover up the center way to get to the shot stone. There, of course, that does still leave the draw available for Plainfield.
I don't think you can throw the broom far enough away not to get that draw in there now, Dave.
Well, the ice they're taking is 2 inches inside the 12-foot circle. It is on our outside sheet. Now, throughout the course of the week, we've been seeing between 4 and 5.5 feet of curl, depending on where you're at. But so this is just about minimum ice to make this shot. Also significantly wider than a lot of shots that went. So it may be difficult to get a handle on the weight, especially with it being a ninth end and having been gone through a full game of play.
So this is the first shot for them. You would like top 4, nothing any deeper. You don't want anything that they can hit and stick and count.
And here we go with Kim Trela. She is throwing her first skip rock.
She's going way on the outside, and that's where the broom
Rock is
at.
They think it's a little bit heavy.
They actually think it's heavy, but you're way outside. It's going to come in.
Right now, it still appears to be heavy. It is coming down. It is at the tee line, and now Gretchen's going to sweep it. She's going to drag it past and all the way into the 12-foot. So it is still Philadelphia sitting the 1 stone. They are sitting back of the 4-foot.
So Dave,
Philadelphia
right
is sitting
now,
1, and that's all that matters right now.
Dave, you need a guard in the worst way right now.
Yep.
I'm looking.
Well,
like
you could throw a guard and you could throw top 4 just the same. These are all acceptable shots.
Yeah, exactly.
We're in a situation right now where the line is far more important than the weight.
Yeah, I call top 2, and if it drifts in, fine.
Yep, on the side of the sheet that matters, we have a tight 3 guard just off the center line for Philadelphia. Their shot stone on the back edge of the button, just on the right-hand side. Sorry, back edge of the 4-foot. Just to the right of the center line. And then there are 4 rocks behind that, making that rock immovable. Kim Cooper, skip for Philadelphia, calling a guard 3, 4, something to block the way in.
You don't want anything behind the tee line here right now.
All right, so here she goes. She's in the hack. And let's listen to the shot. Four, 5 is the call. Kim and Jeannie like it.
Looks like at least a 4 here, Dave.
It does look to have all the weight.
It's looking heavier.
It has
looks
the
like
weight.
T-line
It
weight.
is close to the guard. Oh, it just. That's unfortunate.
No, actually, that's fine, Dave.
That sucks.
No, I think they blocked the draw board off.
Yeah, but now you can run down with weight and hit it.
You could.
Oh, you had to sweep it past that. You missed it. You watch it. You're a little bit nervous, a little bit hesitant.
To me, you can only guard so much.
Guard
the draw, make a hit. That's how you do it.
I really think looking back at this, I think they let one get away.
Dave,
I think
you guard the draw, let him make a hit.
I think that Kim had a made shot there, buddy.
Yeah, she might have. You might be right, but you know what?
I may have slammed my broom.
This also doesn't happen again. Well, throwing front end, it doesn't matter.
I had to be able to curl again.
Yeah, that happens too. Oh.
So here we go. Kim Trela settling into the hack. Either way, it's been a fantastic event. It's been a fantastic weekend here.
Fantastic weekend, Dave.
Fantastic weekend here at the 2019 Elizabeth Childs Challenge. 40 teams coming down to Warminster, Pennsylvania from up and down the East Coast. 22 different curling clubs represented.
And now we're coming down to the last 2 playing in the Childs right now.
Yeah,
the last shot, this is what you dream about.
This
is a shot you want to be as a skip right now, Dave.
Well, here's the last stone, and it is the call for the hit, or at least the little hit and stick. Right now, they're taking about 18 inches worth of ice, and the stone is away. It is coming down. They say it has lots.
They're saying it's a little hot.
They're saying no. They're saying no. They're saying no. They're saying never. And it is on the red.
Another chip.
Little ricochet, and it will come up a little bit short, and it will be a steal of 1
For Philly.
and a victory for the Philadelphia Curling Club in the D event finals. Congratulations to Kim Cooper, Gretchen Kacha, Kristen Lott, and Jeannie Moylan, and to Kim Trela and her rank from Plainfield for a well-played game. Really entertained us here in the last of the finals.
Well, Dave, I would like to thank you for a great weekend here now, and goodbye for the Childs.
Yeah, Mark, it was a lot of fun, and we definitely enjoyed bringing all these games to you. And we want to thank everybody who made the Childs happen. There was a lot of folks who put in a lot of work. Not just the committee members, but countless volunteers. Too many a number. But that brings 21 draws of curling, many hours and handles of vodka and cases of Miller Lite to an end. And all I can say is it feels, it felt good. It felt like we had a great competition. We had a great spirit in the club the entire time.
It was fun, and this is what we like. This is what we do. This is what we host. And thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. And come back for maybe the billet now. We might have broadcasting for that.
Absolutely. So for Mark O'Donnell, I'm Dave Schmel. Thank you for Bucks County Curling Club. It's been a pleasure. Good curling to you all.